She's being escorted by her mom. She was a varsity cheerleader for 4 years, and she's ASB and editor-in-chief for Yearbook. Her plans after high school is to go to Central Washington University. She would like to say to her mom, "Thank you. You keep me strong even when I don't feel it. Because of you, I am who I am today. Thank you. I love you." Our next senior cheerleader, Giselle Mendoza. She's being escorted by her family. She is involved in cheer, DECA, and ASB president and mentor president. She also competes in tennis, and she was the ASB secretary. Her plans after high school is to attend a 4-year school. She would like to say to her family, "Thank you, Mom and Dad, for all the sacrifices that you guys made for me and for being my #1 supporters always. I love you and could not thank you guys enough." Our next senior cheerleader, Isabella Herbster. She's being escorted by her family and her close friend. Her high school accomplishments are 4 years of cheer at Bay, 2nd year at Cascadia Tech Academy. This will be her 2nd year as the baseball manager, and she has passed the NWAPE skills evaluation test, and she will take her written test to receive her CNA certification. Her plan after high school is to attend George Fox University and obtain her bachelor's degree in nursing. After college, she plans to join the Air Force as an NICU nurse. She would like to say to her family, "Thank you, Mom, Papa, and brother for everything they have given me. They are my inspiration to chase after my dreams. I love you all and will be forever grateful." Our final senior cheerleader, Kat Yefimova. She is being escorted by her mom, Natalia, and boyfriend, Mario. She has been a Hudson's Bay cheerleader for 3 years. She has done 4 years of DECA and became the president of DECA this year. She's managed baseball, and this is her 2nd year of yearbook. Her plan is to attend a 4-year university to become a surgical nurse practitioner. She would like to say to her family, "It's been a rough year, but your never-ending love and support has made it easier. Thank you for always having my back. I love you guys." And now for your senior football players. Up first, Michael Gibson. Michael Gibson is being escorted by his parents and his brothers. His future plan is to go to culinary school and be a chief at a big restaurant. One thing he would like to say to his family, "Thank you for being at every game you could. Love y'all always." Our next senior, Joel Phelan. He's being escorted by his mother. He played offensive line and defensive line. His future plan is to go to college and study environmental science. He would like to say to his family, "Thank you for your love and support." Up next, our quarterback, Dean Castillo. being escorted by Sarah and Guy Elliott. He also played baseball at Hudson's Bay. His future plan is to complete his college degree in psychology and hopefully play college football. And just be a great person like he is. One sincere comment he would like to say to his parents: I love you guys so much. I promise to always be the best person I can be. Thank you for all your love and support. Our next senior, David Huang. He's being escorted by his parents. He played center on offensive line, and defensive line, he played defensive end. He has also competed in wrestling and track and field at Hudson's Bay. His main sport has always been wrestling because he loves the mental toughness of it. His future plan is to go to college and learn about music. He's always loved to sing and play instruments since he was young. And he also wanted to be in trade school because his voice sucks. His words, not mine. He would like to say to his family, Dad, thank you for being such a great father. You have always encouraged me to never give up. You would let me explore things and help me through my struggles. Mom, as a great mother, you made sure I had a warm meal. You taught me to always work on myself and always encouraged me to lose weight because I'm too fat. So I would like to thank you both for all your love and support that lead me to success. Thank you. Our next senior, Jerry Sirius, being escorted by his mom. He played right tackle on the offensive line and defensive tackle on defense. He also competed in basketball as well as football. His future plan is to get rich or die trying. Heard that one before. One sincere comment he would like to say to his family: I love you, Mom. You are the best. Up next, Luis Perez. He's being escorted by his parents, Martha and Alfredo Perez. He played wide receiver and cornerback here at Hudson's Bay. His future plan is to attend trade school after high school. He would like to say to his family, I am very grateful to have you guys in my life. I love you. Thank you so much. Our final senior is Mateo Verona. He will be escorted by his mom and brother. He played running back at Hudson's Bay and middle linebacker. He also competed in track and field. His future plan is to play college football and study sports medicine. He would like to say, thank you, Mom, for always supporting me and showing up for me. I love you. And those are your Hudson's Bay seniors. And now at this time, will everyone rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national flag?
VPS Game Time broadcast. We have the visiting Columbia River Chieftains and the home team, the Hudson's Bay Eagles. Tonight on the broadcast, you have myself, Dimitri White, and alongside me, my partner, Sid Sloan. Sid, how's it going?
Oh, man, it's a beautiful night out here. Hudson's Bay, Columbia River in the rain. Beautiful fall night, homecoming, senior night. Got it all tonight.
Yeah, we got a lot of festivities on the docket tonight. We're going to finish here wrapping up senior night, but a couple things we'd like to address is we've got a big matchup here with some playoff implications involved. If Bay gets the win tonight and gets a little luck with, is that a Washougal loss and
a Woodland loss and a Washougal Woodland loss and a Hawkinson loss at Washougal.
Then they have a chance to take that 4th seed, which would then allow them to go on the road next week and most likely take on WF West at WF West. So there's a little bit on the tonight for Hudson's Bay, and the Columbia River Rapids would love to be the spoilers. It looks like we're getting ready to have the captains come out for kickoff. So, wait to see who gets the ball first. But Sid, as we kind of talk tonight about the different aspects, one of the things that we do want to talk about is Hudson's Bay is a little on the injury prone right now.
Oh, man, it's a bummer. As they're going through senior night, you're seeing some of these seniors that have put in so much time and effort over the last 4 years just being hit by kind of the bug. And tonight there will be no Dean Castillo at quarterback or Mateo Verona at running back on their senior night. So that's going to be a big loss. Also out for Hudson's Bay tonight will be Rafael Bauman. So we'll have some new people. Will Clark is going to get his opportunity to step up, and he's a great kid, been in the program for 3 years now. So, it's awesome for him to be moving forward.
And along with Rafael being out, his younger brother is actually going to get to start at running back tonight, the true freshman. That'll be exciting. Hopefully, Ra gave his brother some words of wisdom, and he's excited. I was able to talk to the kid today at school, and he said he's a little nervous, but he said once he gets that first hit, he'll be ready to go.
Oh, man, Akil Bauman, he is going to be someone to watch coming out of Hudson's Bay for the next few years. Multi-sport athlete, played some receiver and DB throughout the season and returning kicks, but with, again, Mateo and Ra out, the offense is going to kind of run hopefully through him, and I'm excited to see what he's got going on.
Yeah, and we'll see tonight what both teams try to do. We know that River loves to spread it out. They got many formations. It is raining out there, so ball security might be an issue. We hope not, but just one of the things that Coach Brett Smedley has to think about. And then defensive coordinator Ray Lyons is, we talked to him, and it's like, what's the game plan? You know that they've got that quarterback back there, Adam Watts, who is a stud.
Oh, Adam Watts, he does a great job, so he can throw the ball all over the field. He was up for Player of the Week, I believe, this past week. He can throw it all over, but if you try to stop the pass, and you don't have enough people in the box, he'll run for a few scores and stuff as it is. So, I mean, this is going to be an awesome matchup. The best thing about this is you get kids that are competing, things on the line. This is going to be memories that they will hopefully, have with them moving forward. And it's an exciting night. It's a beautiful night out here at Kiggins.
And it looks like Hudson's Bay won the toss and elected to receive. So Columbia River is going to kick off, and we're going to be able to see that first look at Will Clark at quarterback. So the return men in the back, we have, it looks like number 15, Michael Gibson, number 3, Akil Bauman, and number 4, Michi Lavoisier. Kicking off for the Rapids, we have, one second, we'll get that for you, Sorry, we are having a little issue of singing over here tonight. Number 1, yes.
Joseph Pena looks like he will be the one to kick off for Columbia River. Again, we got Coach Mark Oliverio from Hudson's Bay making his return back after a few years off, and Coach Brett Smedley. He's in year 4.
Year 4.
Yeah, so we've got 2 experienced guys in the 2A. I don't know how much they've seen of each other, but these 2 teams know each other pretty well. A lot of these kids have grown up around each other, played each other, and so this is just an awesome way to finish out a cool season.
Yeah, and those are things we will highlight later in tonight's broadcast, but it looks like the ref has whistled for play to begin, and here we go. Pena kicks back. Akil on the return. Looks like he's making some headway. Gets up to about the 29-yard line. The Eagles are going to start with their possession at the 29-yard line. So let's see what Coach O has planned for this first possession. Just knowing he's got his younger junior quarterback in there. Let's see if he decides to kind of air it out or just play safe this first possession. Most coaches come in with a scripted game plan for those first, 2 series. I would imagine that Coach O would have that.
And in talking with Coach O, he really highlighted his offensive line, how young but also experienced they have been, and the yards that they've been able to gain on the ground.
All right, Will Clark's under center, hikes the ball, hands off to the junior. That is Talon Guerrero. He gets a first down, 12 yards.
Man, Talon is just one of those do-it-all kind of backs. So he's one of those guys that you can line him up at fullback, tight end. He plays linebacker on defense. He'll be out there for special teams. That's a great run by Talon, straight up the middle.
Yeah, and with Coach O, one of the things he's always talked about is he loves physical football. And so, we wouldn't be surprised to see Akil. We'll see Talon. There's another running back, fullback, Tyson Grove. So I'd imagine we'll see, Coach O try to set the tone early with that offensive line and just, get those yards on the ground, see if he limits some of those passing plays this first quarter. All right, Clark under center again. Oh, he does the quarterback keeper, tries to break to the outside. Looks like he's getting yards. He's headed 10, 20, 15. He's out about the 30, would that be the 41, but we do have a flag on the play. We got a holding on Bay. That play is going to come back. Looks like we're going to have a 1st and 20 situation. It was a great play, though, by Clark, the quarterback keeper.
For sure. Will Clark, another multi-sport athlete. He's a 400 runner out in track. So, he has the speed if he can get around the corner. Again, and awesome that he was able to get out of bounds. Again, I'm sure Coach O and the offensive coaches, Coach Castellano and them are really stressing. Make sure you don't take that extra hit, get the yards, but play the next down.
All right, so this is one of those things when coaches scripting those first few possessions is they want to avoid that that hold. So let's see what he's got dialed up for this 1st and 20. All right, and just like that, he hands it off to the freshman Akil Bauman. So it gets about a yard, so we'll see what happens next here on the 2nd and 19.
Again, going back to what Coach O, when we met with him this evening, was he's really excited about this offensive line. So he's got a lot of young guys. His left side of the line, Jeremiah Moen, Jake Hillenbrand, they're both sophomores. He's got his right guard. He's a sophomore, Taisei Atiela. And they've got the youth and the physicality to match up pretty well.
Looks like Bay's going to go with a double set. Rivers in their standard 4-3. Keel out to the outside, breaks left, gets back to close to the line of scrimmage. Looks like we're going to have a, 3rd and 11. Wonder what Coach Medley and that defense has dialed up for this next play. You think he's going to see if he can't get a little pressure on Will Clark? Or do you think he's going to just kind of stay safe and hope that they punt?
That would be probably my guess would be you'd want to put a little pressure on the young quarterback, and especially with the weather, the ball being a little slippery, you want to make sure that you don't give him too much time to sit back there, but at the same time rally to the ball.
Yeah, we'll see what's designed here. Looks like we had an eagle limp off the play. That would be number 4, Michi Lavassier. Let's hope he's all right. All right, Clark's under center. He's got doubles right. He's rolling out. Let's see what he's got. Looks downfield. Nothing's there. River gets the tackle. That looks like a tackle by number 16. Preston Shear on the play. So we got 4th and 10. See if the Eagles bring out the punt team.
That holding, again, going back to what we talked about, that holding is a big one, man. You gain first down on that play, you pull it back 10 yards. You don't have a ton of plays for 1st and 20.
Yeah, you're right. That is tough. There's not too many coaches that have that one in the playbook. All right, Bay is in their punt formation. We have the punter number 6, Lincoln Good. Let's see if he tries to place this or if they just, let's see what he's got dialed up here. Good snap. Rugby-style kick. Looks to be a little short. It goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So we're going to have Columbia River's ball. First and 10. Ooh, scratched that a little bit. Didn't go as long as we thought. It's actually going to be at the 46-yard line. There is a flag on the play, however, so let's see what happens here.
A lot of communication right now between the referees and the River sideline trying to decide. It looks like if they want to take the ball or if they want to enforce the penalty.
Let's see what Coach Medley decides here.
Looks like a legal formation. Penalty's going to be declined. They're going to take the ball.
All right, so let's see what Coach Medley and they have dialed up. As they come out, like I said, we know that the Rapids have many different formations, and when you have a quarterback like number 4 in your backfield who is so dynamic, it allows for a lot of possibilities. So it's going to be fun to watch him put on a show tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited. Adam Watts is essentially a 3-year starter. That COVID year, he began as a sophomore after the injury to Mr. Purdy. And from that point on, he's been kind of the guy for River. And so it's good to watch him get his time on his 3 years, and I'm excited to watch him tonight.
Looks like River had to sub out 79. Don't know if there was any blood on the jersey or whatnot, so they had to get a new offensive lineman in. All right. Watts in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Heads up the middle. Running up the middle. Gets about 12 yards. So we're going to have a first down on Bay's 46-yard line. When you have a kid like that in your backfield, again, we've stressed this. He allows that offensive coordinator to dial up anything. So as you guys look at the replay there, you just see he just makes people miss. All right, we got a little pistol formation here. Hands off to the running back. Running back's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage by the linebacker, number 22, Talon Guerrero. And that was a nice little dive left, but Talon sniffed that out and got a tackle for loss. So now we're looking at 2nd and 11.
Again, same thing as Coach O had stated at the beginning. Coach Smedley is extremely proud and excited of his offensive line and the kids that both offensive and defensively have been up front for him.
All right, Watts takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's got a kid, he's rolling to his right. Looks for a bomb over the top. Connects with number 3, Thomas Blah, the 6-foot junior. That was a heck of a pass. All right, he bought his time, hit the receiver over the top, get down to the Hudson's Bay 14. So, again.
Watch the replay here. He makes a quick little fake, gets up the field, throws it. Not bad coverage by Michael Gibson. Just a better throw and catch on that one.
Yeah, I know those sometimes are just tough. There's nothing you can do about it. When that quarterback gets to scrambling, your eyes can definitely get in the backfield, and you forget where you're at on the field. All right, Watts is in the shotgun. He's got trips left, running back to his left. Let's see what happens. Here you go. He's going to roll out to his left. He's looking. He's got a guy in the corner of the end zone. Just overthrew him. Pass attempted for number 8, Satchel Basket, the senior tight end linebacker. And that was another beautiful play. He just snuck behind the back and Watts just overthrew him.
I think what we've seen the first couple of plays on offense for River is that they're going to move the pocket. They're going to they're going to test the defensive ends to see if they're going to be able to hold contain and put the DBs kind of in a two-way go out there.
All right, looks like Watts is getting the formation from Coach. He's trying to get everybody where they need to be. He's, again, in that trips left formation, running back to his left. Takes the handoff. He's rolling to his left. Looks like it's a design keeper that gets sniffed out by the Eagle defense. We had multiple guys on that play, but number 22, the linebacker, Talon Guerrero on the tackle.
Talon Leon Guerrero is someone that you are going to hear a lot about tonight. He will be all over the field. Again, we talked about him offensively, but defensively, Coach Ray Lyons is dependent on him to kind of take care of that middle of the field so he can add pressures and he can help out his young corners on the outside.
All right, looks like the Rapids are back in that pistol formation. It is 3rd and about 15. Watts takes a snap. He's in scramble. And this is where this kid is dangerous. But it looks like the Eagles swarm to the ball, get the stop. They had multiple Eagles on the tackle. But again, I think number 22 was there, Talon, with a couple others. So we got 4th down. Let's see what Coach Smedley decides to do. Does he kick the field goal? What do we got here?
Looks like we are in field goal formation. Looking at the replay over here, it's a great job by Tyson Grove. That looked like being able to rally to the ball and just try to keep him within range. 31-yard field goal.
Yeah, for number 14, Gage Newman. Kick is up, and it's good. All right, so, we got the first 6 minutes basically underway, and we've had one stall drive by the Eagles, and, but then they hold tough. The Rapids were driving there, a couple big plays from Adam Watts to some different receivers, but, they stand tough in the red zone and force the Rapids to just 3 points. So let's see what the Eagles have to respond, and, let's see if the Rapids can stand tough with their defense.
I think both teams should be pretty proud of that. Those first 2 drives offensively for Bay, you've got a lot of new pieces that you're trying to piece together. You were able to get a first down. A penalty kind of stalled you out. And then offensively for River, it's disappointing to get 3, but you were able to move down the field. You had a few open receivers. You had an opportunity, and then you were able to convert with the field goal. So, a lot to look forward to kind of moving forward if this is how it's going to go.
Yeah, no, very excited. And again, we've touched on it. It's a big night for both teams. Again, it's senior night for the Eagles. It's homecoming week for the Eagles. And then, the Rapids, 3 exits north, are trying to be the spoilers. And so this is going to be a fun night. Looks like number 1, Joseph Pena, is ready to kick it off. And again, we've got number 3, Akil Bauman, and number 15, Michael Gibson, back there to return. Looks like a short kick to the right, and that'll be Akil Bauman on the return. Looks like he's getting up midfield. He's getting some nice position. Gets to the 31, 32. All right, so Hudson's Bay is going to have 1st and 10 on their own 32. So we got to wonder what Coach O is going to have dialed up for this second series. Again, he saw some great success with Talon and Akil, hitting the holes and getting upfield. So I got to imagine he's going to go back to that, just try to settle his troops. He knows it's a big game. There's a lot on the line. So we'll see what he's got dialed up here. All right, number 12, Will Clark, under center. Hands the ball off to the freshman, Akil Bauman, who gets 10, 11 yards on that. So another first down. It looks like the running game up the middle is going to be one of the keys tonight.
Yeah, you can see the offensive line create a nice little hole for Akil to kind of scoot forward and through for a first down.
And it makes you wonder if, the defensive coordinator over there is going to switch up anything, or he's just going to kind of play this chess match out for the first quarter. They've gotten some good gains on first down running up the middle, so we got to see what the Rapids have planned. Looks like they went a little trap play trying to get Talon the ball up the middle. And Columbia River does a good job sniffing that out. He gets about a yard on the play, so it looks like we're going to have 2 yards in the play. So it looks like we're going to have 2nd and 8. The Eagles have the ball on their own 44-yard line.
Try to catch him quick on that with a little quick hitter up the middle, the fullback, and good job by the River defensive line. They were ready to go on that.
All right, here we go. Looks like we've got some doubles left. Standard I formation. Will under center. Hands the ball off to number 3, the freshman. He gets about a yard on the play. And this is where it gets tough if you're the offensive coordinator. Those 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 6s. You don't have your senior quarterback, so you're looking at different things. You might have different plays you would run with the senior versus the junior. So this will be interesting to see what he's got dialed up. You want to get this first down here and just keep this momentum rolling. So let's see what he's got dialed up here. And then, again, if you're Columbia River, they've got some youth back there. Do you try to send the heat, or what's the plan here?
Looks like they're going to sit back in their base defense right now and just try to see if they can slow down this offense.
Clark takes a snap, passing over the top to number 4, Michi Labassiere, gets the first down.
It's a great pass by Will. Will Clark on that. He was able to sit back, read the defense, look like a little slant. Great catch, able to get that first down.
Yes, and the Eagles are now on the other side of the 50. They're going to have 1st and 10 from the River 44-yard line. So let's see if they go back to that running game where they found some success there in the past. Let's see what Coach O and offensive coordinator Coach Castellano decide to do here. Oh, looks like they're going back to the freshman, Keel Bauman on that play. He gets about 2 yards. So, again, 2nd and 8. Coach O sticking to the game plan of just, trying to eat up some clock and get the first down, and he's having some success here early on in this quarter.
Elijah Aguano on that tackle for River, able to come up, shoot that gap, make a good tackle. I think the good thing about what Bay's doing right now and what I think their coaches would say is that they're controlling the ball. They're able to move the ball, and right now you want to keep the ball out of number 4's hands on Columbia River.
Yeah, and that, everybody knows that. Ooh, tough hit.
Oh, fumble.
Looks like a fumble on the play. That was a handoff to the freshman Akil Ballin, who gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage by number 57, Diego Karen, which causes the fumble, recovered by number 24, Elijah Guano, the junior. So, again, huge momentum, right? Eagles eat about 3 minutes of clock there, hand the ball off to the freshman. Tough hit. This is going to be a physical football game. So one of the things that Coach O probably wanted to not have happen there on that drive. But ball goes to the Rapids, and you've got number 4 in the backfield. Let's see what he does here in this first down. Surveying the field, number 5 is wide open. That is going to be housed for a touchdown. We'll make sure there's no flags on the play. But what we can see, no laundry, so that is a touchdown. That was a quick strike. Looked like about a, 10, 12-yard post just across the middle, and must have been a mishap in the Eagle D.
Yeah, when you look at, again, formations and formations and formations is what they'll throw at you. They were in trips with a tight end. They've been in pistol. That one they were in empty. And Adam Washington sits back there, hits Jacoby, and Jacoby takes it to the house.
That's just a tough thing. When we talked with defensive coordinator Ray Lyons about that, and he said that was the hardest thing tonight was making sure his kids knew the keys. He knew that they were going to see a ton of different formations, and just to make sure they knew who they had. So it looks like we've got the point after try here by number 14, Gage Newman. Good hike, good hold. And it is good. All right, so Columbia River Rapids 10, the Hudson's Bay Eagles 0. So, Bay's had 2 possessions. They had to punt, and then they had a fumble, some turnover on downs, and the Columbia River Rapids score on both those possessions of getting the ball. So again, not the way that Hudson Bay Eagles wanted to start, but a great start for the Columbia River Rapids and being the spoilers tonight.
Yeah, if you're Coach Smedley, you've got to be just absolutely jacked about the energy and the effort that's come out of the tunnel. You know that your season ends tonight on this field, and sometimes you just don't know how you're going to be coming out on that. Again,
remember, please follow us on Twitter at VPS Game Time. All right, we bring many different broadcasts to you. We do volleyball, football, boys and girls basketball. So please follow, watch. We love the support. All right, so again, we're going to have Michael Gibson and Akil Bauman on the return, and Joseph Pena, the kickoff specialist. So see what happens here. Again, as we're waiting for this play to start, it is a beautiful night here, beautiful fall night here, Sid.
Yeah, you got a little bit of rain, but I mean, realistically, a lot of these kids have played through this growing up. This is what playoff football kind of looks like in the state of Washington. And so if you want to play beyond October and you want to play into week 10 and 11, you've got to be able to play in the rain.
All right, Payne kicks it off, and he's aiming at number 3 again, Akil Bauman. See what happens. All right, Akil gets up to about the 23-yard line. Not a bad return. Then you can see they were trying to put a little pressure on that freshman. He just had a fumble on this last drive. So tackle was made by number 3, Thomas Blau. All right, so we're going to have first down. Go ahead.
One quick score update coming out of Mackenzie Stadium. Skyview 28, Union 6. Because of that win, Skyview will be headed to the postseason as the 4A GSHL's number 2 berth after pulling out that win. So that's a big win for Skyview. headed out now into the postseason, so anything can happen.
And that's just huge for GSHL and, for us for the Vancouver public schools. We love when our teams from, every school advance. So that's awesome. We're super excited. Looks like a miscommunication on the play. Will Clark thought his running back was coming with him. Fumbles. Picked up by number 50. That would be Keegan Davenport. So another turnover and great field position for the Rapids. We'll have to see that play again.
Again, you're dealing with a lot of youth, a lot of just young varsity football players that are getting their opportunity. And we're going to need the defense if you're Hudson's Bay to step up. Offensively, if you're River, you want to try and punch this in and just extend the lead in the first quarter and just kind of get the ball moving.
All right, looks like the Rapids are in that pistol formation. Let's see what they have dialed up over there. Just a handoff to number 2. Gets up about 6 yards. That will be Nicholas Alano on the carry. Gets to about the 6-yard line. So they're going to have 2nd and goal.
Like a little zone play to the right. Nice job blocking down by the tackle and looked like the tight end just kind of sealed the edge and see what you can get.
Again, River in one of those, just another variation in their formation. Adam Watts takes a snap, rolling out to his left. Oh, shuffle pass to number 2, and he gets the touchdown. What a play design right there.
It's like watching the Kansas City Chiefs, and they must be watching Andy Reid. Some of those offensive formations. That's a great play. You get everybody moving left. Shovel it back into number 2 as he comes around. Great block by number 23 on that. Also to spring it, Jacob Booth.
And that was a beautiful touchdown by Nicholas Alano, number 2. And it looks like we're going to have Gage Newman come in for the point after attempt. So not the way that the Hudson Bay Eagles wanted to start, but again, Coach Smedley is probably ecstatic over there with this. Snap is back, hold is good, kick is good. So,
looked like that went wide left, actually.
Oh, sorry, my fault. Kick is no good. So, after about 10 minutes in the first quarter, we are sitting with the Columbia River Rapids 16 and the Hudson's Bay Eagles 0. Sid, I would imagine that the Eagles are probably starting to feel a little pressure right now. They don't want this game to slip away from them too early, and so I would imagine the nerves are probably a little tight for the young kids down there, and see who they can rely on for some leadership. It's tough. We've talked about the senior Dean Castillo's out, the senior Mateo Verona's out, so Coach O's probably looking for a couple kids to step up in that leadership role right now and calm some nerves.
Yeah, the big thing right now is, especially with that missed extra point, it's a 2-possession game. So really stick with your game plan. Try to move the ball, try to control the ball, and you just want to kind of keep it close right now. You want to make sure that you are moving positive, pick up yards every play, and try to stay away from penalties and turnovers. As most coaches know, those are kind of the killers for you.
All right, we've got number 1, Joseph Pena, the kickoff specialist. See where he places it. Looks like the Eagles switched it up, and they've moved Michael Gibson to the left side of the field. See if they notice that. Nope. Yes, they did. They kick it right to Michael this time. Ooh, web ball, fumbles it, picks it up though. Gets to about. He makes a cut. Gets to about the 25 before he's tackled by number 2, Nicholas Ayano. Kid is all over the field tonight.
Yep. Good job by Mikel getting that, not panicking, picking up the ball, getting upfield. A lot of times returners will run side to side. Did a great job of picking the ball up, finding a little avenue, and just going straight up the field. You can get what you can.
And that right there is just the difference of having a senior, right? Mikel, number 15, a senior, four-year football player here at Bay, knew not to panic, just gathered himself and tried to make a play upfield.
Oh, for sure. Mikel's been around for a while, so he's a good person to lean on right now offensively as well.
All right, looks like Will Clark under center hands the ball off to the freshman number 3, Akil Bauman, goes up the right side, gets about 4 yards. All right, so we've seen that Hudson's Bay has had success running the football up the middle, but Coach O, I imagine, is to the point where he knows he's got to try to pass here, just try to get some big field, big momentum plays. spur this Hudson's Bay team, spur this Hudson's Bay crowd. So we'll see what he dials up here on the 2nd and 5. Looks like they run a trap play, handoff to number 3, Gil Bauman, gets the first down.
Looked like a great pull, I believe, by number 68, Jake Hillenbrand. Came around, opened up the hole, and Keel hit it pretty clear, straight up the middle. So again, that's a first down. Going back to you're down 2 possessions. You don't really need to get away from what you're good at. And right now, offensively, Hudson's Bay is able to move the ball on the ground. You just got to kind of stay ahead of the chains and not make any mistakes with that.
Clark under center. Fakes the handoff, looking for a shot downfield to number 4, Michi Labassiere. Little short ball, and Michi does the right decision there. Instead of trying to high point that, he knows that ball is in their throw, and he plays more of a defensive role there, knocking that away from number 15, who had phenomenal coverage on that play, Reese Mickle.
It's kind of the benefit of having receivers that play both ways is the ball goes up, you notice that you're not going to be able to get it, you're able to play defense on that. Again, I like the idea of first down, take a shot. You've run it, you run it, you run it. Take a shot and hope that you now on 2nd and 3rd down potentially can make those yards up on the ground.
And you got to get those backers just realizing that they got to have some coverage and not just anticipating that's going to be a run. Looks like number 18, Noah David, goes in motion. Will Clark's under center. Hands the ball off to number 3. They try to go to the left side. Looks like he gets about 3 yards on that. So we're looking at a 3rd and 7. And again, take a deep shot, which was and then follow it up with a run play. Tackled by number 4, Adam Watts. Man, that kid's all over the field on both sides of the ball tonight.
And again, that shows what kind of athletes are out here, is that you have kids. I know Will Clark for this season has played offense, defense, special teams. Michael Miller is a backup quarterback for Bay who's out there on special teams. Adam Watts playing safety tonight. These are all things that, high school athletes live for. You're going to talk about this for the rest of your life.
Clark under center. Fakes the handoff to number 22, rolls out to his left, throws a high pass for number 18, Noah David. Great coverage on the play there by the Rapids. So we're looking at 4th down.
That's a tough one on 3rd down. I like the shot. I like that you get him out of the pocket, get him moving around. Just tough with the weather and just kind of the movement to the left. But again, not positive offensive drive. As you watch the replay here, you see a good little fake, gets outside of the pocket. You got O-line protected him. Just a little high on the throw, but he'll get that down.
Now it looks like that was Adam Watts on the coverage. All right, so the Eagles in punt formation. Lincoln Good receives the snap. Ooh, bobbles it. Must have been a little slippery. Tries to punt it. Doesn't happen. The Rapids recover it. That was just an interesting play right there. We're gonna assume that ball was slippery.
Look like Keegan Davenport with the recovery. So now he's got 2 in the game so far. He picked up the one on defense earlier. Again, Coach Ray Lyons now on defense here. You got to defend Adam Watts, 25 yards going in. So defensively, this has been a challenge. Again, your goal right now should be just kind of trying to keep it within striking distance and make sure that you are staying close.
All right. Watts receives the snap. He's looking right. Doesn't see what he likes. Surveying. Goes out of bounds to finish the quarter. Looks like we have a flag on the play. Let's see what happens here. Could be a hold. We don't know yet. Let's see what we got here. See what the refs. Looks like they're looking over at the Bay sideline.
Replay here. Adam Watts looking deep. Good coverage down the field.
Michael Brinson on that. Forced out of bounds. So it's another kid we're going to talk about here later on in the broadcast.
Oh, man, Michael Brinson, that was great coming from the backside, it looked like, to make that tackle. Again, to see someone that we will highlight because he's been talked about by both Coach O and Coach Ray Lyons as someone that has just been a spark to the program and just someone that they just love having him as a part of the program.
Trying to see what's going on here. The refs are figuring out what's going on. Pass interference. Oh, blocking the back. Okay. So as they figure out what's going on here.
And again, as much as penalties and turnovers have hurt Hudson's Bay in this first quarter, that's going to be Hudson's Bay's biggest way back into this game if River begins to start holding or having some penalties and turnovers. So again, still a little bit of confusion. I think we're going to play one more down.
Untimed down here before we finish the quarter. It looks that way. So we're going to have first and 20. Rivers on their own 34-yard line. Watts is in the pistol. Takes the snap. They set the screenplay up for number 4. And what a huge hit there by number 22, Talon Guerrero.
What a play by Talon Leon Guerrero. He is just, again, he will be someone that we will highlight throughout the night. It looked like they had the screen set up pretty well. Offensive line was ready to go. And watching this replay, he just gets shot out of a canyon and makes that tackle. You don't make that tackle, that he could still be running. So, great play by Talon. Again, tough first quarter for Hudson's Bay. But you know what? It's a 2-possession game. We've got a long second down. And if you're Columbia River, you're extremely excited. But Hudson's Bay, you just kind of got to make this stop on defense.
All right, so after the first quarter, we have the Columbia River Rapids 16, your Hudson's Bay Eagles 0. So at this time, if you or someone you know is looking for a job, good news. Vancouver Public Schools is hiring for several jobs in the district. Teachers, paraeducators, nurses, especially bus drivers right now, coaches, secretaries, and more. The district offers competitive wages and excellent benefits. To see a listing of the jobs and to apply, just head to the district website, vansd.org. Make a difference in the lives of kids. Work for Vancouver Public Schools. Looks like the rain's starting to come down there pretty hard right now, Sid. Hey, but you know what? These kids have been really lucky. I was just telling somebody I can't remember the last time we've gone all the way to basically end of October without any rain.
No, we've had beautiful weather this fall, and again, I mean, as wet as it can be, it's a blast to play in, and it's just something that it just adds to the ambiance of playing here in Kiggins Bowl, especially the new renovated Kiggins Bowl. This place is awesome. If you have not been here yet, they've just done a ton of great work.
It is beautiful. You're right. All right, Watts takes a snap, scrambles to his right. He's looking deep, doesn't see anything. Huge hit by number 56, Michael Brinson, causes the fumble. Let's see if Bay recovers. We haven't had an official signal yet. Yes, we do. Hudson's Bay gets the fumble recovery.
Michael Brinson coming off the edge, just gets to the quarterback. Huge hit. Again, Michael Brinson is someone that was highlighted by both Coach Ray Lyons and Coach Mark Oliverio as someone that they just love having a part of the program. He has changed personally and just also become a big leader in the program. It's awesome to see kids who work hard get the opportunity to succeed.
All right, looks like with that, Hudson's Bay is going to take over at their own 41-yard line. Let's see if that was the momentum play that the Hudson's Bay Eagles needed to spark this and see if they can't get a score here. It looks like we have a little bit of confusion. They just want to make sure that they have their game ball and not River's game ball. So with that, Sid, you talked about Brinson. We do want to highlight, this is his first year playing football, correct?
I believe so, and if not, it's his first year playing football at Bay. Again, somebody who has the size to be a really dominant force and is just working towards that. He's a junior, so he'll be coming back.
Will Clark on the rollout. He's looking. Finds number 15, Michael Gibson. Let's see if it is a catch for the first down. What a beautiful pitch and catch there from Clark to Gibson.
Again, watching this replay, get in the pocket, moving, getting Will on the move, rolling to the right, so it's a little easier throw for him. Good job getting it over that linebacker. And Michael Gibson, again, another senior, 4-year guy, someone that you can really count on in these moments. This is a great drive. You flipped the field. You were able to hold River off of that botched punt. And this is where you want to go. Now, as River, you probably want to add a little pressure to them.
Clark under center. Looks to hand off to number 3, the freshman Akil Bauman. But it looks like River had that play sniffed out from the go. That's going to be a huge tackle for loss. It's about a 6-7 yard loss. So now we're looking at second and about 17.
Number 16, Preston Shearer, on that 6'2", 190 sophomore, just holding the edge and not getting pinned down on that, just being able to stop him for a big loss.
All right, so Bay's had a huge momentum turnover and then a nice pass. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. That first play there wasn't so good. Let's see what happens here. Clark under center. Hikes the ball, fakes the handoff. He's going to roll to his right again. Ooh. Throws the pass to number 22, Talent, just off Talent's fingertips, though. So now we're in that 3rd and 16. Got to wonder what Coach O is thinking here. Does he try to go screen? Does he try to go get his quarterback, Clark, on the rollout? Just kind of curious what he does here. He's knowing that he wants to keep this momentum rolling and try and get a score on this possession.
Yeah, it's a tough one because you do want to make sure that you control the ball, you don't turn it over, but at the same time, you've got some momentum from that defensive stop, and they're going to call a timeout, it looks like, to talk that over. Probably a good call. Get the play that you want, make sure everybody's set. Maybe come out with something that you haven't put on film.
Yeah, so again, we said we wanted to shout out Skyview. They got the win over tonight over at Union, so that'll put them as the 2 seed in that 4A GSHL. But we do know that 4A does something a little different than 3A and 2A. They have a reseeding committee, so their game will not come out until we won't know until Sunday afternoon where they play. We do know that they have to go on the road. Camas will get to host, so we'll be curious to see where they get to go next week for their Week 10 matchup.
Yeah, it gives you a different perspective on how that works out, especially for teams that are kind of scratching at that last few playoff spots. You don't really know exactly where you're going, which could be a benefit. It could be a detriment depending on what type of coaching staff you have. Some of these coaches like to know ahead of time going into it. But
Clark in shotgun takes a snap. Looks like River brings the pressure, dialed up a blitz there, and they get a sack there. So we're looking now at 4th and 20. And Hudson Bay Eagles are going to have the ball at the 50. I'd imagine they'd bring up the punt team here.
Yeah, not sure if we were able to see that on the replay if we get one, but it looked like Akil Bauman out of the backfield was running a wheel route that just River was able to just stop with their defensive line pressure. So again, that's a positive for both teams on that. You've got a great job of stopping them and forcing a punt for River.
Lincoln Good takes the snap, kicks it, doesn't get, I don't know if he got any positive yards on that kick. We'll have to see where they spot it.
Again, the weather, it has picked up. It's just one of those things where you're just fighting it at this point and just trying to keep going. So
it looks like the Columbia River Rapids are going to take over on the Eagles' 49-yard line, 1st and 10. It makes you wonder with that turnover that the Eagles caused last possession if Smedley's going to stick to just getting Watts in space or if they're going to look to pass him more here. Watts takes the snaps. He has doubles right, rolling out to his right, finds number 15 on the 30-yard post, scores a touchdown. That is Reese Mickle, the junior. That was a beautiful play dialed up there. He got Watts rolling out to his right, had the receiver coming down the middle.
Yeah, great catch over by Reese on that and be able to make the cut, heads into the end zone. Coach Smedley did say he's really excited about this team. He said that they were 14 points away from being 6-2. They're just trying to put a full game and finish together. And, I mean, we're seeing what this Columbia River offense and defense potentially look like when they're clicking.
Yeah, one of the things we got to talk to them about before the matchup started is that he was excited about the youth and growing this. Doesn't matter, what sport you coach. When you're building that program, you want to get out there, and he's excited that this is be his 4th year, so he's seniors, and this is his first graduating class that he's going to have with the Columbia River Rapids. So, like he said, he was very excited about just the growth of the program and taking over and where they are and where they plan to go. Gage Newman connects on that point after try. So now we're looking at Columbia River 23, Hudson's Bay 0.
Yeah, if you're on that River sideline, you could not have scripted a better start to this game. You've been able to shut them down defensively, force some turnovers, and then when you get the opportunity, you're able to strike quickly. Adam Watts is as good as advertised. We've seen him. We've had the opportunity to watch him, but I mean, with the weather and just he is doing what Adam Watts does. So for them, that's awesome, and they're doing a great job. Hudson's Bay, there's got to be some. You got to start making some plays. You got to just hold on to the ball and try to string some first downs together and hopefully get a score.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right there, Sid. So we'll see. Looks like we've got number 1 Pena back, the kickoff specialist. Let's see where he places it. He was kind of looking at number 3, Akil Bauman, but then the last time he kicked it to 15, Michael Gibson, who bobbled it. So let's see where he goes here. Looks like they targeted, number 4, Michi Labassiere. Muffed the kickoff, but number 3, Akil Bauman picks it up and gets to about the 25. So Hudson's Bay is going to have 1st and 10 on their own 25. Again, do we see if they go up the middle? Do they roll Clark out? I'm curious to see. They've had a lot of success with number 3, number 22 running up the middle, pulling guards. Let's see if Coach O goes back to that. We understand that he's down 23-0, but sometimes if you just get that first score on the board, it kind of eases your squad. Clark under center, Keel in the back field. Hands it off. Number 3 gets about 8 yards on that play.
Again, great job by the offensive line. They're able to generate these good first down runs, and they're able to get that push. Hudson's Bay just got to kind of string it through. We do want to shout out kind of the energy around the field tonight. So we did mention it was senior day. It is homecoming. Our business office actually to shut down ticket sales today. So Renee Harrison and Sarah Nelson, they killed it for the homecoming dance. So they sold out the homecoming dance. So there's a lot of excitement from Hudson's Bay. Now let's see if we can get it on the field.
Looks like he hands off to number 22, Talon Guerrero. Gets the first down, not before he was tackled by. We'll have to wait to see that number. We do have an injured Rapid on the field. I would imagine, Sid, homecoming week for Hudson's Bay, post-COVID, the first homecoming dance, post-COVID. I would imagine that it's a lot of kids were excited to attend that. So.
I'm for sure. I mean, just the energy around campus this week, and just part of that comes with the energy that Coach O brings from football. And if you've ever had the opportunity to meet with Coach O or talk to Coach O, he is as advertised as he is who he is. He is going to be excited and going to have the energy, and he will bring the energy if you need it. So it's been a great week. And again, Renee Harrison and Sarah Nelson did a great job in the business office, just making sure that they were able to do that for all of these students, especially these student athletes, they get that opportunity.
Looks like number 8, Satchel Basket, was injured on that play. Let's just hope there was nothing wrong, just a little ankle tweak and nothing too serious. He is limping off the sideline. All right, Will Clark under center. Noah David in motion, snaps the ball, hands off to the freshman, bounces out to the left side, gets 10 yards on that before he's tackled by the Rapids.
Great job by the left side of that offensive line. Again, that was the side that Coach O at the start of the game pointed out. He's got Jake Hillenbrand, Jeremiah Moen, 2 sophomores on the left side. I believe Joel Phelan at center. So, I mean, you've got 3 pretty good-sized offensive linemen that are right now able to push forward. So we'll see if they can keep this up.
They are getting some fantastic push here. Eagles stick to that I formation, double tight. Hikes the ball, hands off to 22, Talon Guerrero. He gets about a 3-yard gain before he's tackled by number 79, the senior Ezra Bailey.
Ezra Bailey, somebody that Coach Smedley had pointed out at the beginning of the game when we were talking to him. Just, again, senior leadership, just the offensive and defensive lines at Columbia River is a group that he really pointed out, a group that he said has just dominated throughout this season.
I do love when coaches shout out the O-line and D-line. As somebody who played O-line and D-line, I never felt like I got all that love that I deserved. So I'm loving that these coaches are honoring their O-line and D-line like that. Clark rolls out, throws the ball over the head of number 4, Michi Labassiere.
Running a comeback route on the outside, just trying to get beyond that corner. Looked like the slot receiver was pushing the safety on that. So, again, rolling out to the right. Will Clark's right-handed, so trying to get that little support.
Just looks like a little bit of a high ball there. But, again, we don't know with it being wet if these just slipping out of the fingers or whatnot. But Eagles got, third down here, 3rd and 7. They are on the Rapids 47-yard line. Let's see what Coach Owen dials up here.
Shotgun formation.
Clark takes a snap. He's rolling out to his right. He's turning upfield. Gets to the sideline. Does he get the first down? Let's see where the ref marks it.
That was a great run by Will Clark. That looked like it was a screen, but the receiver or running back that the screen was set for looked like got kind of held up with the defensive line, and Will Clark was able to kind of makeshift and use his speed to get around the corner. So linemen are headed down the field. Yeah, it looked like a tight end screen to Noah David. Great play by the defensive end, number 50, Keegan Davenport. But Will Clark able to use his speed and athleticism, get around for another first down.
And we got about 7 minutes, 14 seconds left in the second quarter. Let's see if the Eagles can keep this momentum going and try and get some points on the board before half. Clark under center. Noah David in motion. Hands the ball off up the middle to number 3, Akil Bauman, who gets about 2 yards before he's met by a few of the Rapid defenders. Again, Coach O is sticking to his game plan. He likes what he sees, and he's trying to get points on the board, but also keep Watts off the field.
River able to make a stop on that one. Again, when you get more than 5 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards on first down, makes play calling a lot easier. That one, a big stop for them. Stop them after a 2-yard gain.
So we're looking at 2nd and 8 for the Eagles on the Rapids 38-yard line. Let's see what we got here. Clark under center. Ooh. Coach O must not like what he saw. He decided to take a timeout there. So while we take this timeout, we do want to give just a quick shout out to all the district resource officers that are here. They're one of the reasons that help make this go. All right, they're there just rooting the kids on, but keeping us safe, and so we do want to give them a big shout out just for being here and making sure that these events run smooth. And so from us in the booth, we want to give you guys a shout out. We know that it's a little chilly out there, but you guys do amazing work, and some of this just can't be done without you.
Oh, for sure. Those men and women that they're working during the school day, and then they're out here until 9:30, 10 o'clock. We were out here for was it Ari Long? Mm-hmm. That game went till 11:30 p.m. They're out here. They got to be out here to the buses. So, yeah, shout out to them. I know Jose is in charge tonight. He's kind of the lead, so he's making it all go. So thank you to that. Jaquan Thomas again and the staff that helps run Kiggins Bowl. They also do a great job.
A lot of the people don't see what happens behind the scenes here to get these kids to have these events, so we just want to make sure everybody gets their love and recognition. Clark under center. Looks like we have Noah David in motion. We've got Talon as fullback. Akil as the running back. Handoff to Akil. He gets about 5 more yards on that carry before he's tackled, so we're now looking at about 3rd and 3 for the Eagles.
Again, that was a nice move. Looked like there was a lot of backfield penetration on that, but Akil Bauman able to make a move, get up the field. Falling forward is going to be the key for a lot of these things. It makes a difference between a 2-yard gain and a 4-yard gain. It's a big down for both teams right now. Columbia River, you can get a stop. You can kind of keep the momentum, try and get down and get another score. For Bay, you got to get a first down on this drive.
Let's see what River dials up here, if they bring some heat or if they just kind of stay in that base. Looks like they stay in that base. Hand off to Akil. He's going to the left side. Gets up for the first down before he's met by number 36. Caden McDonald on the tackle, the senior linebacker tight end.
Looked like a little just quick run to the left, and Akil Bauman able to get the 4 yards that he needed. Talon Leon Guerrero, good lead block. Jeremiah Moen, again, left tackle. You see big 77, big 22 out there in front, and Keel just knowing where he needed to get to.
So this has got to feel good for the Eagles and Coach O. They've got some momentum going here, running the ball. They're seeing some success. We got to imagine that they really want to get some points on the board here. Hands off to number 3, but that play was sniffed out right away. It looks like number 65 in the backfield right there, Alex Holland, the junior O-line, D-line.
Again, we're going to keep talking about how excited Coach Smedley was about his offensive and defensive line. He circled on our roster the guys that, you know, he really shouts out to that group, and they've done it. They've done a really good job. That's a big loss on that play, because now you're behind the chains, 6, 7, 8 yard loss on that. So you got to come up with a solid play here. It looks like Rivers just kind of sat with 2 high safeties. Their corners are out there, so you're going to have to find a hole somewhere.
Yep, 2nd and 17 for the Eagles. Number 2 goes in motion. Clark on the keeper. Big number 50 gets in the backfield on that one right away. That's Keegan Davenport. And we've heard that kid's name all night. Couple fumble recoveries, and then a huge tackle for loss there. So now we are looking at 3rd and 23. Not what the Eagles wanted to see here after they had some amazing momentum going.
No, and this is, though, where you see a lot of the injuries kind of hurting Hudson's Bay. When you had Mateo Verona and Raphael Bauman, both big play, touchdown, waiting to happen threats. You don't have that necessarily right now. You've got a lot of ground and pound. Dean Castillo, as a 6'4" quarterback who's been a varsity quarterback for a few years, able to chuck it down the field.
All right, Clark on the center takes a snap. He rolls out to his right. He's looking deep. Doesn't quite get it, or does get it off before he avoids the sack from number 7, Levi Hongel, the junior running back linebacker.
Levi Hongel coming from the left side and just relentless in his pursuit of Will Clark. Great job by Will Clark of knowing he's coming from behind and not fumbling that ball, getting it out of bounds.
Yeah, like you said, that was a smart play. Didn't want to take the sack and have any more yards for loss there. So
also nice catch by one of the River coaches over there. Looked like Junior Miller made a nice little snag on that one.
Little snag.
Yeah.
All right, we got Hudson Bay back to punt. Lincoln Good, the punter, receives the snap, rolling out to his right for a little rugby-style kick. Gets a nice kick there. We got to see where they marked that, but that was, you know, he was probably feeling some frustration there after the last 2 punts. So that was nice to see him have some success there. Looks like Rivers going to be taking the ball over on their own 24, and Coach Smedley's got 3:23 left in all of his timeouts. So you got to imagine that he wants to put one more on the board before half.
Yeah, so this is a big drive for both teams. Again, River, you want to put another one on the board. Coach Lyons and Coach Delano King as the DB coach, you want to make sure you keep everything in front of you. Make sure that you are not letting anyone get deep.
River in their empty set here. Watts takes a snap. He's looking deep. Finds number, I want to say that's 39, over the top. Number 4, Michi Lavassier in coverage, but just not enough speed there to catch up. Number 39 there. Beautiful throw and catch from Watts to Chris Parkin, the junior receiver safety. That was quick. We said that we knew Coach Smedley wanted to get a quick score on the board. We just didn't think it was going to be that quick.
Yeah, tough part about that, I mean, again, the coverage is not bad at all. You just got a great throw, and he just outruns it. I know that Coach Lyons and Coach King, again, will be focused on keeping people in front of you, coming, rallying to the ball and tackling. But Adam Watts has proven that the weather does not prevent him from throwing the ball right now. So he has done a great job in just slinging the ball across the field right now.
So River sets up for their point after try, and that'll be number 14, Gage Newman. Number 62, Caden Tashada is the holder. Snaps good, holds good. Kick is good. So 3 minutes, 12 seconds left in the second. We have the Columbia River Rapids 30 and the Hudson's Bay Eagles 0.
Just, again, it just looked like a fade down the left side, and he was able to make that throw, make that catch. You see Coach King talking to some of the Hudson Bay Eagle players. You just got to keep fighting through that. We got a few score updates that we can kind of bring to you from around the 2A GSHL. Out in Washougal, the latest update, Washougal was up 24-14 on Hawkinson with 9:10 left. Holden B has been as advertised as well out there. The last score update for Ridgefield and Woodland, 12-0 Ridgefield. Looks like towards the end of the second quarter. And again, those games are all have impacts to Hudson's Bay if Hudson's Bay can make a comeback. But those are also scores that will impact kind of what we have going on around the 2A GSHL.
Yeah, I mean, if Washougal wins tonight, they're obviously the outright league title and winners for 2A, and then you've got Mark Morris would be number 2 seed, so they would both host, and then 3 and 4 seed would be on the road next week and most likely have to go up and play a Tumwater and WF West. Looks like we have an injured Bay player on the field there. I believe that's number 4, Michi Labassiere, but we'll wait and see. Again, as the weather gets cold, some of these stingers, they definitely hurt a little bit more. It's different when you're popping pads in warm weather. All you're really worried about is cramping and stuff. But as the weather gets cold, some of these stingers and stuff start to hurt a lot more. So we hope everything's okay with him.
Yeah, we'll give you a few more score updates as they tend to him on the field right now. Over at Seton Catholic, Seton Catholic is up 20-6 over Kingsway Christian. I know that's a big rivalry game. Coach Dennis Hurling from Seton Catholic, former Bay coach. So good luck to Coach Hurling. They secured a playoff berth last week. This is for seeding. Mountain View
Richland. We've got Mountain View up 17 over Richland 13 with about 2:29 left in the second over there, and Mountain View's on the road out in the Tri-Cities area. And they've got a lot going on the line tonight. They don't have a league matchup, but they are hoping for some luck here, as there could be potential for a 3-way Texas tiebreaker if things play out correctly. So Mountain View finishes, the regular season, like we said, with that non-league matchup at Richland. The Thunder will be a part of a 3-way tiebreaker for second playoff spot with a Prairie win and an Evergreen loss. So, Mountain View is definitely hoping for that tonight. They'd love to see that Texas tiebreaker. And then Camas right now leads Battleground 14-0. And again, Camas has locked up that number 1 seed, so they'll host 4A.
Kelso right now is up 9-7. Evergreen is up 9-7 on Kelso right now. So that is again one of those things that impacts Mountain View as well as Evergreen.
Yeah, and Prairie. So there's a lot riding on the line there for that 3A and trying to make the Week 10. So and again at this time, Vancouver Public Schools has begun work on its new strategic plan. It's a blueprint for the next 5 years. You have the chance to weigh in, share what you think the district should be focusing on. In a new survey, you can find it on the district website. Later this year, you will also have the chance to participate in in-person panels and discussion. For that strategic planning, please go to www.vansd.org and share your opinion. And it looks like the injured Bay player is still on the field. We hope that everything is all right with him. We definitely don't want to see that out here.
No, especially you're getting towards the end of the season. Again, a lot of these guys are dual sport athletes, and so you just want to, stay healthy and get through. Going back to Columbia River for a second, Coach Smedley, he's pointed out that they have big numbers for their team right now, and they're really excited moving forward. Obviously, Adam Watts is a senior. They will lose him. Keegan Davenport, who's been all over the field, is a senior. But there are a lot of players right now that are making some plays that are underclassmen and will be returning. And both Bay and River are excited about just kind of the futures of the program and just knowing that they're able to kind of draw on that youth moving forward.
Yeah, and how exciting for Coach Medley, who was a River grad, to come back to coach his alma mater and try to have some success. He's very prideful with that. He got to play for one of the great coaches in this area, John O'Rourke, and when I had a chance to talk with him, he shared many memories about playing for Coach O'Rourke and Coach Thompson and the rest of them, and just how he loved his time at River and the camaraderie and friendships that he has, and he still has to this day. So he talks truly about an honor it is to come back and serve these kids here at Columbia River. While we deal with the injured player, we're going to look at a video.
Drivers that they are the face of VPS. They're the first person that kids are going to see in the morning. They're the last ones that they see.
Is there a concert tonight?
I don't know. Which newsletter?
I recycled it.
You recycled the newsletter?
I thought you'd remember.
I didn't. I don't remember.
We may be rivals, but we respect each other both on and off the field.
We are all students that enjoy our sport and love competing.
So please come out and support us, all of us.
Be appreciative of the performance regardless of the team.
Enjoy the game and cheer us on loudly.
But please,
Please,
don't cheer for the failure of the other team.
Keep chants, cheers, and gestures appropriate and positive.
No negative chants.
No negative cheers.
No negative gestures.
And never
ever single out a player by name, number, or characteristic.
There's no place for that.
We're all in this together to learn, have fun, and compete.
Win or lose.
Demonstrating sportsmanship shows that you value all kids, not just your kid.
Oh, and those officials?
Be kind to them as well.
This isn't their full-time job.
They're all just people trying to give us the opportunity to play.
They all make mistakes, just like us players and coaches.
We all know that.
But that's just part of the game.
So accept the calls they make, whether you agree or not, and move on.
Thank you so much for supporting us.
Thank you so much for supporting us.
Thank you so much for supporting us.
It means everything to have our friends and families in the stands.
Let's work together to make positive, lifelong memories.
We are preparing students for the future.
We are pursuing our dreams.
We are keeping our systems running smoothly so students can learn.
We are making sure the kids have the nutrition they need to learn.
We are keeping our kids safe and secure.
We are keeping our kids healthy and active.
We are ready for the future.
We are
We are
Vancouver.
Vancouver Public Schools.
We are Vancouver Public Schools.
Get behind the scenes and put your imagination to work. Learn how to turn your ideas into a video or movie by signing up for video production, advanced video production, or movie making. You'll work individually and in groups to write, shoot, and edit your own production. These hands-on classes use industry-standard cameras and professional editing software and allow you to explore your own creativity and passions. Students enrolled in these classes can earn CTE or art credits. Learn to express yourself or tell another story through video. Check with your counselor or career specialist to see if this program is offered in your school.
I'm Carissa Niehoff, CEO of the National Federation of State High School Associations. Bad behavior by parents and other fans at high school sporting events is out of control, and the NFHS has declared that enough is enough. We've seen fans coming out of the stands to attack referees and parents yelling obscenities at officials, and fans tracking down officials after games to hurl insults and even physical objects on occasion. This kind of unacceptable behavior continues to drive away men and women from serving as officials. Understandably, why would anyone who is trying to do their best to help high school students participate in sports want to be yelled at, or worse yet, assaulted? Can you imagine trying to do your job on a daily basis while someone continues to verbally insult you? To help fans at their age, the NFHS has started a nationwide campaign entitled Bench Bad Behavior. The goal is to put this bad behavior on the bench. Toolkits are available for schools to download materials to proactively address bad behavior at high school athletic events. We want officials to be respected so that sports can continue to be a part of our nation's schools. Right now, games are being canceled because of a critical shortage of officials. And the main reason for this nationwide shortage is people are behaving horribly at high school sporting events. This must stop. Coaches, parents, and others attending high school games, it is time to step up your game. Let the officials do their job so that the millions of high school student athletes can play their sports. Be a true fan and not a fanatic, and be respectful of those individuals working as high school officials. Let's turn this negative behavior into a more positive direction for the future of high school sports in our country. Let's have our excitement fuel enjoyment of sports, especially for our kids.
Do you enjoy science, math, or technology? Are you considering a career as a physical or chemical scientist? How about a mechanical engineer or video game programmer? Then the SMT Magnet is for you. In the SMT Magnet, you'll build on your passion for science, mathematics, and/or technology by designing solutions to real-world problems using a hands-on approach and state-of-the-art technology. College-level advanced placement science and math classes are offered for the student looking to get a jump on earning college credit. Your coursework will focus on problem solving and research within a community of learners that are committed to success. You'll also be able to expand your interest in science, math, and technology by participating in extracurricular activities such as FIRST Robotics, SMTM Council, Knowledge Bowl, Science Bowl, Technology Club, and the Math Team.
You're right. This does look better. Nice try. I already paid for it.
Sportsmanship means like a safe environment, but also being competitive.
Well, you have to learn how to lose graciously and also win the same way.
Sportsmanship to me means making the field of play and whatever sport you're playing in a better place for the other people who are playing in it, as well as the fans and coaches that are coaching and watching.
Sportsmanship means to be positive no matter who you're going up against or where you're playing.
It's just like getting along with each other, even if we don't like each other. It's still like respecting each other. You don't have to like somebody, but it's nice to respect someone, especially with a sport that we all enjoy.
While sports are fun, it's also developing character, and to be a good character, you have to show good sportsmanship. So it's sort of setting you up for the real world.
I think it's really important because it shows the type of person you are, and having good sportsmanship, that's what makes you a good player.
It really shows that you care for the team and you care for the people that are on your team and that you care for the sport as well.
It makes me feel as a player like I want to keep on playing the game, you know?
It makes other people want to come back and like play their sport. I mean, why would you come to a sport that you love to play but hate it because of the people there?
If you have a bad experience, you're not going to want to do it, especially if it's your first year. If you have a bad experience, you're not going to want to come back and do it.
It's a good way to make friends easier, and you don't want to have fights or just beef with anyone.
Because, you know, you're going against them in a game, but it's like we're still all friends. We're all doing the same sport. So it's like we're just here to have fun. So why not support each other in that? And so those are always the best games.
We are expressing ourselves.
We are giving our teachers and students 21st century skills.
We are making sure that everyone who enters our building feels welcome.
We are making our school buildings great places to learn.
We are using the latest technology in classrooms and at home.
We are getting our kids to school on time and ready to learn.
We are working to be the best we can be.
We are
Vancouver
Public Schools.
We are Vancouver Public Schools.
Our drivers that they are the face of VPS. They're the first person that kids are going to see in the morning. They're the last ones that they see.
It's standing room only at the dedication of the newest elementary school in town. Vancouver Innovation, Technology, and Arts Elementary School is open for business, and helping launch the school is a former Vancouver teacher, astronaut, and real-life inspiration, Dottie Metcalf Lindenberger.
Hi, and welcome inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Vole. As you can see behind me, Vita, the building, is pretty unique, but in its first year, Vita, the school, will also be pretty unique, offering something students have never had before in Vancouver Public Schools.
It took a background in science.
A big crowd listened intently as Metcalf Lindenberger described her journey from a girl interested in space to a member of the International Space Station. That journey included a stint teaching science at Hudson's Bay High School across the street.
I started in 1999 here, so obviously it's been well over 20 years since I've been here. And I think it's pretty amazing. Sometimes it doesn't feel like much has changed, and other times it seems like so much has changed. I'm hoping maybe a couple of my former students will be here. I know that some even work in this school district and that they have little itty bitties too, so it's pretty cool.
Her speech especially hit home with kids.
I enjoyed seeing the pictures and the very cool views, and staying there in 15 days in a like space shuttle and something like that. That'd be rare. I would never. That's worth no amount of money, and I would love to do that one day.
Dottie's story and outlook on life encapsulates what Vita hopes to offer today's students.
It was the message I tried to give when I was teaching at Hudson's Bay High School, but it would be my message to anyone. It's like one of the requirements I think of life is being a curious person. So
Curiosity is definitely encouraged at Vita. This year, it's a learning lab hosting students from across Vancouver. They visit for a few days as a class, doing a special project involving the nearby Fort Vancouver National Historic Site, while their teachers engage in professional development. Next year, Vita will open as a more traditional elementary, but one that will focus on project-based learning.
yeah, I think it's like the way that the world works, right? So I think that projects mimic what we really see in our lives, which is working in different types of teams to solve problems in all different ways, whether it's our family team or to our work teams. And so to be able to do that when you start out young and
we had an extended break there for the injured player, number 4 for the Eagles, Nietzsche Labossiere. We hope that everything's all right for him. Eagles under center. Will Clark gives the ball to number 22 there, Talon Guerrero. Gets about 3 yards on the play. We're going to look at 2nd and 7.
It's a tough one coming off of an extended break. You want to make sure that you gave the kids a little bit of a warm-up. You try to rally the troops a little bit, but it's a tough deal watching your teammate go down and then having to go back out there and get back out. So again, Hudson's Bay, I mean, 30-0 right now. If you can get into the end zone or you can kind of control this ball, that's going to be a positive for them. You don't want to give the ball back to Adam Watts, though, right now. It's the end of the half.
All right, Clark under center. He's got trips to his right. Hands the ball off again to number 22. About 2 more yards for Talon. It looks like a 3 or 4 men to the tackle there for the Rapids. Again, Sid, like you said, Coach O's probably trying to get to half after that injury to one of his players, but yet I don't know. You probably don't want to give Adam Watts more than 30 seconds with the ball. I mean, we've seen him score quick, a couple different possessions.
Well, special teams-wise, Hudson's Bay kind of struggled tonight, so this is a huge 3rd down. You want to make sure that you are able to get this 1st down and at the very least be able to make it through the end of the half.
Yep, so we'll see what Coach O's got here designed for this 3rd down play. 3rd and 5, let's see what he's got here. Clark under center, he's got trips to his left, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. He's surveying, looks for, was that number 15, Michael Gibson, but Paul looks to be picked off by the Rapids.
It's a killer on that. Again, that's not what you want going into the half.
Yep, it looks like number 4, Adam Watts there on the interception. Let's see the replay here.
Rolling right, Adam Watts just reads it from his safety position. So when we say you don't want to give the ball to Adam Watts, well, he went and took the ball on that one. So, again, he is exactly who we thought he was going to be. And it looks like Hudson's Bay now is going to have to come up with a big stop on defense.
Yeah, let's see what Coach Medley's got designed. He's got Watts has got the ball on the Eagles' 36-yard line. He's rolling right. He's looking downfield. Doesn't see what he's liking, but that's just the key to this kid. He can do it all. He can scramble, folks. He gets about 15 yards on that scramble. Doesn't see what he likes downfield. Just decides to tuck it and run. Gets a huge play right there.
The big thing about him is that he's looking to throw the ball, so he's not necessarily out there to run around. He'll take what he can get, but his big deal is that he's looking to throw the ball, especially down the field right now, and he's a patient runner. Watching this replay, again, he's looking, takes a step forward, still trying to look downfield, and now decides to make that run. Makes a quick little burst at the end to try and get what he can.
All right, they're on the Eagles' 19-yard line. Got a first down. About minute 19 left. Let's see what they do here. Doubles right. Running back to his right. Hikes the ball. Looking past to see what he's got. He's looking for that deep post down the middle. Touchdown to number 3, Thomas Blau, the junior.
So that's where these injuries, again, as we've talked about before for Hudson's Bay, are starting to really add up, especially in the defensive secondary. You're really now getting into really far down the depth chart. Nice little, he rolled, half roll right, knowing that he's going to go backside on that post. Great throw to the middle. Nice catch. Again, it is raining pretty well, or pretty good out there. So these are really talented players that are making these throws and catches. And Columbia River has really put on a show tonight offensively. They've done a great job.
Yeah, and I would say I bet it's been nice for offensive coordinator Nick Schuler. He's probably been able to do a lot of different things in that play sheet that he has. Gage Newman on for the extra point. Connects. It's good. So now we're looking at 37 Columbia River, 0 Hudson's Bay. About a minute 13 left in the half. Let's see what Coach O decides to do here, if he just tries to hand the ball off and just get to halftime, or if he's going to try and take a couple shots downfield.
Big deal for Hudson's Bay right now is you just want to kind of maintain the ball. You want to control the ball, try to get into half and see what you can do moving forward. If you can get a score, that's going to be awesome. But if not, you don't want to give the ball back to Adam Watson, this Columbia River offense.
Okay. And we got a quick update for the Fort Vancouver game. Looks like Fort Vancouver is up 7-0 at the half, so that's exciting for them. And Coach Bilodeau, they've got, 2 wins on the season there, Sid?
Yeah, Coach Bilodeau, he does a great job. He's really trying to build up that program, and they've been competitive in a lot of games. So good for them on that, and hopefully they can pull out that win.
And they got that quarterback, Caleb. I can never say his name right, so I'm going to have you pronounce that one for me.
Sitovich, I think is what it is.
Yes. And
Sitkovich. Okay,
and then
Sitkovich.
Mendez, the receiver. They're out at Columbia White Salmon. So how exciting for them on the road, trying to get 3 wins on the year. We wish them the best of luck out there. All right, we got Pena back as the kickoff specialist. Let's see where he goes with this. He's looking left. That will be the freshman returning. He's getting up to about the 26, breaks to the 30 before he's tackled by a few of the Rapids. That's a nice return. Got a minute 5 left. Let's see what we decide to do here. All right, so like we said, we'll give you some more score updates. We are going to have an extended halftime here today, folks. We've got homecoming court for Hudson's Bay. So we will probably have about a 20-minute break. So just so you know, if you're wondering why we're just a little bit longer, Hudson's Bay's got the homecoming court tonight. So we're going to find out who homecoming queen is. That's going to be pretty exciting. So Will Clark under center. He's got doubles left. Let's see what, again, Coach Olivero decides to do here with this possession. Looks like he's got a QB keeper. Clark gets about 6-7 yards, 8 yards on that play before it's tackled by the Rapids. So
strong run by Will on that. Those are the 2 people you want to follow. It looked like Talon Leon Guerrero going up the middle, and Tyson Grove also following that.
So, again, we got second down. About 1 yard to go. About 37 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what happens here. I'd imagine that Coach O's going to hand the ball off one more time, try to get this to half, and then see if he can't, come up with some things to talk about the half and come out in second half ready to battle. Looks like they hand the ball off to number 22, Talon Guerrero. He's going to go ahead and get the first down before he is tackled there. They're going to go ahead and set the chains and then probably have this run out and go to halftime.
Hudson's Bay trying to just, again, get to half, regroup, get in the locker room.
Looks like they get the ball off before the time goes, and they get a couple yards on that drive by Talon. So again, 3 straight carries there for Talon. Gets a first down, and they just go ahead and get to half. So your halftime score is your Columbia River Rapids 37 and your Hudson's Bay Eagles 0. So, some things we'll definitely highlight, we'd like to highlight is, again, VPS is searching for talent. If you are interested in a job at Vancouver Public Schools, we are looking for everything, and we'd love for you to apply. Remember, that's vansd.org.
Bus drivers are a big thing right now, especially for athletics. We're trying to recruit as many kids as we can to come out for athletics, but with that becomes the need for bus drivers, coaches, for people to come and chain gang, those types of people. Anyone that you feel like would be a good fit helping kids, come on out. We'd love to have you. There's a spot for everyone, so we'd love to have you out here. It benefits the kids, and anything that we can do. So we're looking at some highlights over here. So we got second quarter again. Adam Watts been at huge plays with just kind of deep throws. His receiver's been going up and making plays. As you can see, the rain's coming down pretty well, but it has not put a damper on the Columbia River offense. Again, Adam Watts dropping back. Just a fade down the left side of the field to number 39 on that one. Number 39, Chris Parkin, taking it in.
And those are just huge chunk plays for the Rapids. Those shots aren't just these little, 5-7 yard plays. These are 15, 20, 30 yard plays that they're connecting on. So big chunk plays, have hurt the Eagles here tonight. We've got the halftime show here.
Thank you to our amazing Hudson State band. And now we welcome the 2022 Homecoming Court. Each nominee will be escorted out onto the cheer boxes, where we will reveal this year's Homecoming Queen. First, we would like to welcome Molly Miller. Walking with her is her boyfriend, Dean. Molly is involved in cross-country, track, and ASB. Molly's favorite memory at Bay was going to cross-country state last year with Miranda. Her biggest pet peeve is when people interrupt her. Molly's first crush at Bay was Dean Castillo. After high school, Molly's plans are to run cross-country and track for Clark College while working and studying to be an elementary school teacher. Molly Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have Lulu Aldridge. Walking with her is Gianna Augustine. Lulu's favorite memory at Bay is the peace pipe game her freshman year. Lulu says her first crush at Bay was her brother's best friend. She is editor-in-chief for Yearbook and involved in ASB and varsity cheerleading. Her plans after high school is to attend Central Washington. Lulu's greatest pet peeve is when people walk slowly. Ladies and gentlemen, Lulu Aldridge. Up next, please welcome Jack Erickson. Jack is being walked by Autumn Dolan-Gwynn. Some of the things Jack is involved in here at Bay are volleyball, fast-pitch softball, yearbook, and she is starting dance this winter. Jack's first crush in high school was Autumn. She says her favorite memory from Bay has been the peace pipe game her freshman year. Jack's biggest pet peeve is when people try to explain something to her that she already knows. Her plans after high school are to attend Central Washington to become an English teacher while traveling the world with Bay. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Erickson. Up next is Karen Gallegos. Karen is being watched by her friend Michael. Karen has been involved in ASD and basketball here at Bay. Her favorite memory has been going to prom her junior year. Karen says her biggest pet peeve is people with bad manners, and her plans after high school is to go to a university and study criminology. Karen Gallegos. Our next nominee is Lindsay Ortega. She's being walked with her boyfriend, Eric Mizzou Torres, who was her first high school crush. Lindsay's involved in tennis, advanced video production, and band. Playing in the pep band at football games is one of her favorite memories here at Bay. She says her biggest pet peeve is slow walkers. Her plans after high school are to attend Washington State University, Vancouver, and figure it out from there. Lindsay Ortega. Thank you to our 5 homecoming princesses. Let's hear it one more time for these seniors. And now, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Each nominee is being given a confetti cannon. And on the count of 3, the princesses will pop their cannon to reveal our 2022 homecoming queen. Are you ready? And 3, 2, 1, pop those cannons. We have 2 homecoming queens this year. Lindsay Ortega and Jack Erickson. Congratulations to all who are part of our homecoming royalty. We are so excited to see everyone tomorrow at Hudson's Bay for our homecoming dance at 7 p.m. Congratulations to Lindsay Ortega and Jack Erickson. And now, back to the game.
The day off from school, so why are students from all over Clark County packed in the auditorium at Skyview High School, rubbing elbows with their rivals?
We won't get along with everyone, but respecting each other is really important.
The Sportsmanship Summit is all about shaping the next generation of leaders using sports to teach about life. Hello and welcome inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Bowl. VPS worked with the WIAA and Greater St. Helens League to put on a unique event. The goal was to make sports fun again for everyone. We've seen it everywhere. Civility is at a low point, and one of the many places that's obvious is in sports.
Video making the rounds on social media shows the parent knocking the referee to the ground. His injuries.
The number of sports officials across the country is at a critical low, in large part due to fan behavior. It's a reflection of poor sportsmanship from parents, coaches, and kids.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, we see it throughout society now, right? Our norms have changed a little bit, and so we have the opportunity to recenter because it's good for everybody. I mean, everybody should have a chance to be heard in a way, but also to listen.
Students and coaches from every school in the Greater St. Helens League gathered to hear about how they can make an impact on the field and off. A big component is leading by example.
It's like if somebody's bad-mouthing you from the stands, you can't do anything at that moment in time. The only thing that you can do is just, you can strap your boots up and you can just go get the job done and show them on the field instead of showing them with, other words, just show them with your actions.
Not everything's going to be happy and positive all the time, but genuinely finding the best in every situation is what's going to get you through to the next situation. And I think demonstrating that to my fellow parents in my life, classmates, teammates, I think that gives a new aspect, and it brings life back into situations that might be a little difficult to handle.
Clearly, kids get it, so why not the rest of us?
The adults know, and we're supposed to set the standards, but you can't control people, right? It doesn't matter what rules or laws we make, you can't control them. So we need them to understand the why of it and then opt in. And I think the opportunity here is students. I mean, students are the ones are going to be the most honest. They're not worried about the politics of it. They're the ones experiencing it directly, and then they're going to be the next coaches and parents whose own students are going through it. So it's awesome to have this many students here today.
With hard work and an open mind, these students and coaches are working to make high school sports the positive environment it should be for everyone.
It's an amazing opportunity. We can't mess it up, and not only protect it, but we have to enhance it.
Sportsmanship is a priority for the National Federation of High Schools, which has started a campaign to promote it. Here in VPS, the athletics department began its own campaign last spring, including a series of videos, which you can see on the district YouTube channel. And if you're interested in officiating, now's the time to start. Go to WOAofficials.com to get going. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nick Voll.
The goals come fast and furious at the Top Soccer Jamboree. Kids of all abilities get their turn on the pitch.
It's the best feeling ever. It's like just watching them play and have fun, and just seeing the joy that it brings to them is like a different feeling than most other things.
Welcome inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Voll. This weekend's event at the Salmon Creek Indoor Soccer Facility drew a big crowd of athletes, coaches, and parents, and it all started with one Columbia River High School student who wanted to give back.
One by one, the athletes entered the arena. These young soccer players are paired with a buddy who will be with them all afternoon. Top Soccer is an outreach program that makes soccer available to kids of all abilities.
Top Soccer is a pretty amazing program. We get to impact lives in so many ways. Of course, the players who get to have a great recreational athletic outlet. Most of all, we meet just amazing families, who bring their kids every week, and we become an important part of their lives.
So I've been playing Top Soccer since I was 12 years old, and I guess the thing that keeps me coming back is like all the buddies and how much fun it is.
We're in between seasons right now, so typically there'd be no soccer. Enter Alex Harris.
Alex Harris is a pretty amazing kid. He is State Player of the Year in soccer, but he's even a better academic student and is obviously a great kid at heart.
For winning State Player of the Year, Alex was given $1,000 to donate to a program of his choice.
My cousin and one of my aunts is disabled, I figured, and I watch them all the time playing sports and having the joy that it brings them, and so I was like, why can't I give that joy back to the community of sports around me? Sports is something that brings people together and everybody enjoys, so their physical abilities shouldn't hold them back from being able to enjoy that.
In addition to his donation, Alex organized the Jamboree, drawing on his soccer community. It wasn't too hard to get enthusiastic volunteers.
I cannot do this by myself, and I don't have the reach that some of the other parents and organizers and things like that have, so that all of them were immediately on board and willing to help me do this is just insane, and I can't give enough thanks to that.
Among them, the Skyview Robotics team, which engineered a pneumatic kicking device for players in wheelchairs. With a push of a button, kids go from watching goals to scoring them.
I think it gives them the opportunity that they don't feel limited by the fact that they're in a wheelchair. They can still be part of a team. They can still experience something that sometimes society would say they couldn't, but it's great that they can.
You could tell Carter was having a great time finding the back of the net over and over again.
He can kick the ball in with his button. Yeah, that's him. And it's amazing, and they did this, and I didn't have to fill out any paperwork, and I didn't have to worry about it. I just showed up, and they were like, yeah, we're going to do this, and it was just so cool. So, shout out to Skyview.
It's an amazing feeling. It's so fun to see them smile, and they love it. I've seen parents in tears because of it. It's just a great experience.
After warm-up drills, kids put on jerseys for the real deal. In front of a crowd, players ran the turf in scrimmages. Kids of all abilities work together to score. Experienced soccer vets like Alex and younger players learning the game. The sense of joy and hope was palpable.
It gives me such a good feeling in my heart knowing that there is young adults and young people that are thinking about inclusion, and it just makes me feel really good about the world.
If you want to learn more about Top Soccer, check out their website, salmoncreektopsoccer.org. And as for Alex, he's trying to select a college and has Ivy League schools already talking to him. Make sure you get out to River this spring to see him play before it's too late. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nick Bowl.
So we have a cold weather front coming in from the north and a wet weather coming in from the west, which means we could be looking at a 90% chance of some snow. So be safe out there.
But the school closed.
Sorry, guys.
Today that we are using for the first time is a telestrator that we are going to try and run through a replay of a touchdown earlier in the first half. If you see Columbia River right now lined up in a formation, you got two wing backs. They're both going to come around, kind of the passes to the running back on that, and he's able to drive in for a touchdown. But the huge block on that came from the wing back. I think it was number 23 on that. So this telestrator, awesome that now Vancouver Public Schools has this in their repertoire to use and just, again, promote high school football and high school athletics that we have moving forward. So this is a huge get for Vancouver Public Schools. We're excited that we got to use that and we got to, kind of show some stuff on the screen. But
yeah, no, that's really exciting for us with the VPS Game Time. This is awesome and amazing, and Sid was the first one to figure it out and get it working. So how awesome and amazing that is. Looks like coming back from the half, it will be the Columbia River will start with the ball because they chose to kick off at the first half. So Coach Lyons and the special team is going to come out in their kickoff return, and let's see what we can do if we can get some good field position here and try to get some points on the board to start the second half. That'd be really good here.
yeah, for sure. One bit of a note that we do have a special guest that were right here next to me to my left. Mr. Demetric White is actually a Hudson's Bay and Columbia River student, graduate of Columbia River High School. But he is someone that got to attend both schools, so this is near and dear to his heart that I know he's excited about.
No, this is really awesome to be a part of this and get to call this game. It does mean a lot to me. I went to Bay for my freshman sophomore year, finished up my career at Columbia River under Coach O'Rourke. So this is awesome for me. I know Coach Smedley pretty well, and I now work at Bay. So this is a lot of fun for me, and I'm having a blast. I'm glad that they let us call this game tonight, Sid.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is just, again, it's a treat for us to be able to promote Vancouver Public Schools and these athletes and what they're doing every day.
All right, it actually looks like Roper, Hudson's Bay is kicking off. Roper's kicking it to number 3. That would be Thomas Blau. It looks like he's getting a decent return up the sideline. Oh, they have him stepping out of bounds back at the 36-yard line. So Adam Watts and the Columbia River Rapids are going to start from their own 34. And you've got to imagine that they probably want to get some points on the board here and get this up to 40 so they can get a running clock and just keep everybody safe, get the win, and get home tonight.
Yeah, Adam Watts, again, completely worth the price of admission if you have that opportunity to come in and watch him play. Obviously, he's ending his Columbia River career. Not sure what his plans beyond high school are, but he has been as advertised for us as he drops back right now to pass.
Yeah, he's scrambling. He looks like he's going up about 10, 15, almost 20 yards. He's still going. Oh, my gosh, rumbling, bumbling. He breaks that tackle. No one to beat. He's got the end zone in sight. That's a touchdown for number 4, Adam Watts, on the first play out of the gate. Man, Sid, you are right. This kid is just the man. He is exciting. He's a step away from just an explosive play here, as you can see.
When you see him stepping through tackles, you see him with a big block towards the end, but a lot of that is Adam Watts making that play. He stepped through tackles, and then his acceleration to score at the end. A lot of what Columbia River has done tonight has been one play, two play, big time touchdown drives. They haven't really had to work the ball down the field. They've been extremely explosive, and offensively they've just been clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, we got number 14, Gage Newman, in for the extra point. Number 62, that is Caden Tashada as the holder. Snaps good, holds good, kick is good. Looks like we got 44, Columbia River, Hudson's Bay 0. With that last score on the board, we will have a running clock for the remainder of the game. So, definitely feel bad for Hudson's Bay. We don't want that to happen, but it's just kind of one of those things that, just to help make sure there's no injuries and keeping these kids out here longer than needed to.
Yeah, and again, you've got seniors right now that this is going to be their last experience on the field. You've got seniors for both teams who have put in 4 years of, spring ball, summer workouts, football season, right back into winter workouts. So this is kind of the end for a good group of these seniors, and we hope that these are memories, again, that they can take with them. You look at the River sideline, there's a lot of, high-fiving, a lot of celebration. Having been on the other sideline last year, there's a lot of emotion in this game just based off of the proximity. 3 exits away, and you've got 2 high schools just right up the street. So, there's a lot of fun in this game, a lot of friendly rivalries, a lot of friendship throughout the 2 teams.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of these kids know each other, so it's not just something that, after tonight, they're not just going to forget about it. They're going to have this over each other for these lifelong lasting friendships that they have. So this definitely does mean a lot to them. And Sid, like you said, last year you were on the staff when Ray Lyons was head coach, and your last game was versus River here. It was, technically River's home game, correct, because their stadium was being refinished, and you guys got the win, didn't you?
Oh, it was a hard-fought game. It was one of those things, again, where you throw the records out and you just kind of go with a rivalry game with a lot of energy and emotion, and we were able to pull it out. But this year's senior class for Columbia River now is going to be on the other side of that and be able to have that moving forward for them.
All right, looks like we have a new kickoff specialist. That's number 29, Aiden Pena. Kicks the ball pretty deep. A muffed catch there by Keel Bauman, the freshman, but he looks like he gets a little progress there, gets up to the 31.
The main thing that I think you'll see from Hudson's Bay moving forward, beyond the fact that you've got a lot of young players getting snaps, is you're going to see a lot of fight. This team's not going to give up. They're going to battle throughout. They're going to work, and they're just going to keep working. One thing on the screen, he just kind of ran by. That's Mateo Verona. So the starting running back, he is the ball boy for today after breaking his collarbone earlier in the season. But in speaking with him, when you talk about somebody that has a positive attitude, he earlier today said his role is going to be the ball boy, and he's going to play his role the best he can, even though he cannot be on the field. So shout out to Mateo. He's doing what he needs to do and just supporting the team even through injury.
Yeah, and for one of you guys that don't know at home, Bay's big thing, and what they pride themselves on is the Bay way, and they've got these 5 character traits, empathy, ownership, critical thinking, perseverance, and all that. And Mateo is all of that in one, and it's just so awesome to see him in that role, and he's going to try and be that leader that's next to his guys, but he's not on the field with the guys.
Agreed, 100%.
All right. Looks like Bay got about 5 yards on that carry, so there are 4 yards on that carry. So looking at 2nd and 6. Clark under center. They got a bigger fullback back there. They're going to try and just pound the ball up the middle and see what they can do here. And that's number 22, Talon Guerrero on the carry there. He gets the first down before he's met by a host of Columbia River Rapids. It looked like number 50, Keegan Davenport, was in on that play. And a few others. So, again, Hudson's Bay is going to keep fighting, and so is River. River wanted to be the spoiler, and that's what they're doing here tonight.
Just a lot of heavy set right now on the field.
Ooh, it looks like we're going to have a false start here. We'll see what they decide to go. But it looks like a false start on the Eagles. When you get in those jumbo packages, you definitely get eager. You know what you want to do. You're just going mono. You're trying to smash the ball up the middle, and you love it as an offensive lineman. You love that. You know who you're going against. You're not, you're not pass blocking. You got the man in front of you, and you're just trying to drive him back. But every once in a while, that happens.
Hudson's Bay has played this formation a few games this season where they've just lined up and they're gonna, we're gonna run it right at you. And so, again, in the second half, that looks like what they're gonna try and aim to do: run the ball, control the ball.
That looks like Talon on the carry again up the middle on the right side. He gets a good chunk of that back. It's about 11 yards on that. Now we're looking at 2nd and 4 on the Rapids 49-yard line. So again, we like what we see in the second half, coming out, just pushing the ball, Talon going up the middle, and he's just going to try and run over people.
Getting that right side of the line, getting a good drive, following the two fullbacks, and moving forward.
They're sticking to that jumbo set, double tight, 2 in the backfield, another handoff, same thing, up the right side to Talon, and let's see if he gets the first down here. We got to see where they mark him. They give him the first down, it looks like. So, again, Hudson's Bay is not hiding what they're doing. They are saying, hey, we're going to come out in our jumbo set. We're going to run it up the middle. And you know what, Columbia River, you got to stop it. So, interesting strategy here by Coach O, but I kind of love it. I love to see this smash mouth football.
They're going to reset the chains right now. One thing we do want to point out is we want to shout out the referees today. So if you watched that halftime show, there's been we had a referee sportsmanship summit where referees spoke for VPS and GSHL coaches and athletes. I believe it was 2 weeks ago over at Skyview High School. And the big thing right now is there's a referee shortage that will begin to start impacting games to the point where we may not be able to have all the games and support all the kids that we do. So, one, we want to support the referees that are out there. We love having them out there. They do a great job. It is a tough job that none of us want to do. So they're doing a great job. But also, if you're interested in staying close to the game, I know that referee associations are looking for younger people to try and get involved. So please, please, please think about that if you are looking to stay within the high school athletic type game.
Yes, I mean, we've got it's the EFOA, that'd be the Evergreen Football Association. Those are the ones that do the Clark County football. They do CCYF, Pop Warner. So if you're interested in refereeing football, you can definitely Google that. We are getting ready to hit basketball season. And wrestling, I know that for basketball season, it's the EBOA. So anybody that's interested in refereeing basketball, it's Evergreen Basketball's official association. They're always looking for refs. And that's one of the things that we talked to Coach Smedley about is, hey, did you have any games impacted by a ref shortage? And he was fortunate enough that he did not. But I know that Bay, we had it impacted us last week. We had to move our game versus Hawkinson to Saturday because of the ref shortage.
Exactly, and we want to just make sure that, again, sportsmanship is a huge deal in Vancouver Public Schools. I know in the GSHL, and again, the heat of the moment, emotions are high, but we appreciate what the referees are doing, and we want to make sure that if you are interested in being a part of the game and being a part of it, that's a good way to stay involved.
All right, we got a big 4th down play here. They go to the jumbo set. Oh, bobble snap from Clark to Guerrero. Let's see. He gets about 2 yards on that. It's going to be a turnover on downs. I like the gutsy call there by Coach O. He had some momentum going, and he figured out that it was working, and he stuck to it.
Looked like the wet ball again. Rain's coming down pretty well, as you can see. But again, both teams still battling. Hudson's Bay able to move the ball, get a couple first downs, kind of grind that. That's good for them as they go forward. Columbia River not giving an inch. Ball's on the ground. They're going after it.
It looked like that ball was kind of bumped by 35, Tyson Grove, the fullback on that, so which kind of affected the snap to the handoff to Talon Guerrero. All right, River in one of their variety of formations. Watts hands the ball off to, is that number 5, I believe? Oh, number 9, excuse me. That is Julian Morales, the senior running back linebacker. And real quick, I want to give a shout out, like Sid said, we've got the reps out here. I want to just kind of name them. We've got Rick Gilbert is our head referee. David Williams is our umpire. Dennis Luth, line judge. Eugene Ross is our head linesman. And then Jerry Hermosa is our back judge. So we just want to give them a little love, and we are happy that they're out here calling this game tonight. All right, Watson the shotgun. He's scrambling around. Let's see what he can see. He's looking downfield. Doesn't quite see anything. He just tucks it and he runs, and he's just going to go ahead and get the first down, and he's still going. This kid is just an athlete. He's going all the way. Ooh. Touchdown by number 4, Adam Watts. But we do have a flag on the play back here at the Eagles' 44-yard line. Let's see what happens.
On the replay, you got Adam Watts. He's rolling to his left. Again, looking downfield. His main goal is to throw the ball. As he comes back around, just puts a little move on, a little shake, and then puts some acceleration on as he heads into the end zone. Puts a little flyby on about the 8-yard line. Coasts in. Looks like it's coming back, though.
It's coming back. Let's see what we got here. Waiting for the signal from the referee.
The tough part about those linemen and receivers, when you're blocking downfield for an athlete like that, you just don't know where he's going, what side he's coming from, and he's just out there making moves that occasionally you'll get caught in a hold or a block in the back. And it looks like that's what kind of got River on that one.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing when, those scrambles, you just don't know where he's at, and you're just trying to, create some space for him. So, again, that was tough, but it looks like we got 2nd and 2 for the Rapids on their own 46-yard line. This is one of those tough things. I imagine Coach Smedley wants to keep his seniors out there. He wants to just let them finish this game, but at the same time, this game is starting to get away from Hudson's Bay, so it'll be interesting to see when he makes that pull and start to get those younger guys some snaps tonight.
Another flag kind of came in on that one. What you may be seeing also is you may be seeing some younger players getting in and a little sloppiness to that. But looks like the referee's letting the River sideline know what number it was on that call. Again, main thing that you want to see for games like this, you just want to see two teams kind of continue to compete. See Coach Lyons down there still coaching hard on the Hudson's Bay defense. He's not going to give up. He's one of those guys that as long as there's time on the clock, he's going to keep coaching.
Looks like it was a hold, so they're going to take that back 10 from the spot. Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to touch on with you, Sid, was for those who don't know, Coach Lyons was the head coach last year, and just through his time, he decided to, he felt like he had done a good job with the program, got him to a good point, decided to step down. But then, like we said, Coach O, full of energy, talked Ray Lyons into staying on and being that defensive coordinator.
Yeah, and talking with Coach O, I mean, they've got kind of the best of both worlds. You have an offensive focused coach in Coach O, who's kind of the head coach, and he oversees a lot of things. But you also have the defensive coordinator who has been a head coach and can support you in on that. And the two of them have a great relationship. They've coached together before. I know they've kept in contact even when Coach O had moved away. As you see Adam Watts again just making moves up and down the field.
Yeah, he is something. He just can turn nothing into something, and that's an amazing thing to watch and see. So it's been pretty fun for us to be up here in the booth and call this game. We got pretty lucky tonight.
Oh, man, he is just doing what he can to make plays on every play. Going back to Coach Lyons, though, I mean, Coach Lyons, having coached with him, I've coached against him when I coached at Fort Vancouver High School. He's a great guy. He's going to put the kids first, and it's really a special thing for Hudson's Bay that they're able to get Coach O and his energy and also keep Coach Lyons. I know a lot of Coach Lyons' staff still keeps in contact with him.
It's Dr. Witt and Kenny Boom Boom Byers, if I remember right.
Great play. Yep, Dr. Witt is he's still in contact with Coach Lyons. Coach King is still on the staff. That was a great play defensively down the field. I believe that was number 11 for Hudson's Bay. Check the number.
We don't have that name, but
yeah, we will get that number because that was a great play defensively in the defensive backfield.
That was a great play. So it looks like Rivers out to punt for the first time. And we've got number 15 deep to return. That'd be the senior, Michael Gibson.
Again, another 4-year football kid.
Oh, deep snap, almost over the head, but number 9 does a great job to gather that and get the punt off. That was a good play there by the Rapids to maintain that and get that punt off still. Got another flag on the play, so we'll have to see what that one is about.
again, you're seeing some players that have earned their time to play, get on a varsity football field. A lot of these guys have put in, again, they start back in the winter workouts, and then you go through spring ball, and then you've got summer, 7-on-7s, team camps, going into a season, and you're in week 9 of a just a grind of a season. So it's great to get to see some of these younger guys get in and get a chance to play.
Yeah, so it looks like they're discussing that flag on the play there. Looks like we're going to be here at personal foul on the Rapids, so we'll see how they tack that on at the end of this. We are going to be done with the third quarter there. Like we said, that running time kind of speeds this game up. So at the end of the third, we've got your Columbia River Rapids 44, your Hudson's Bay Eagles 0. So, we'll get to some scores here around the county for you here in just a second. One of the things that, again, we talked about, we've highlighted some great things about just Coach Lyons. We've highlighted Coach Smedley and all those things, and O-line, D-line. One of the things that we didn't talk about yet is the youth. I mean, we've touched on it a little bit, but how exciting for both these teams to, yes, they're losing some key guys, but they're continuing to build this thing. And moving forward, both these teams are going to make an impact in this 2A, and a lot of these games are going to matter. And so it's just nice to see Vancouver Public Schools, all the teams, football kind of be back. Fort's out at Columbia White Salmon. Last I checked, they were winning, so that's huge. It'd be nice to see the Fort Bay rivalry come back. I know the kids would like that, and it's just, a tradition that we'd like to see. But, again, just exciting to see the youth football at both these programs and how well they're doing.
Oh, man, if the Peace Pipe game, if we could get that back, I've been on both sides of that game, and the energy that brings just to the community and to both schools, that's just something, if we can get that going, that's just another positive step towards getting back to solid 2A football.
Yeah, that'll be, I know that both Athletic Director Greg Roberts and Athletic Director James Inslee for Fort are going to try and work out and see what we can do there. And, that's another thing we want to spotlight, not only the amazing staff, but the administration teams from both schools. Over at Bay, we want to give a huge shout out to Principal Val Seeley and then her associate staff of Spencer Williams, Amber Beardmore, and Greg Roberts. And then over at Columbia River, we've got Principal Alex Odepal, and his associates are Rob Duncan, Ken Roberts, Kim Johns, and then their athletic director, Jen Johnson. So the amount of time and effort that those individuals put in is amazing, and they're doing it just because they love to be around the kids and they want to see the kids grow. So we want to give them their love and support too. All right, Eagles are going to take over on their own 40. They stick in that jumbo set, hand the ball off to, I believe that was number 22, Talon Guerrero again. Stopped by many River players.
It looked like number 50 again was in there, Keegan Davenport, who's been all over the field. A 6'4", 210-pound offensive and defensive lineman, senior, coming to the end of his high school career. Going back to the youth that you were talking about, we're kind of seeing a glimpse into the future. So we've got Will Clark at quarterback, who will be back next year. And you have Talon Leon Guerrero running the ball. You have Tyson Grove in the backfield. You have a young offensive line for Hudson's Bay that a lot of these guys are getting meaningful snaps. You have young players that have gotten through the JV programs. You've gotten a lot of reps. And so for Hudson's Bay and Columbia River, who Coach Smedley said they've got some huge numbers just in their program, and they've got great athletes that are coming through. This is going to be hopefully a rivalry, again, that will be competitive through both teams.
Now it looks like we got 3rd and 1. Clark on the handoff. Big push by the offensive line. They get the first down there. And again, the junior, number 22, Talon on the carry. So we got a score update from around the league. We've got the Ridgefield-Woodland game, and it looks like Ridgefield's up 25-14 on that one. Like I said, I told you last I checked, Fort was up 20 to nothing over out of Columbia White Salmon. We've got 22-15 Evergreen up on Kelso, and they're in the third.
It looks like Seton Catholic and Coach Dennis Hurling, again, they're up 41-12. 5 minutes left in the third on their rival, Kingsway Christian. So again, those are all a lot of big rivalry games that we've got going on.
And then it looks like Richland's up 41-31 on Mountain View at the end of the third out in Tri-Cities area. So we hope that Mountain View can pull that one off and come home with a road win. All right, we got first down in the jumbo set. Hand off to the freshman this time, Akil Bauman. He kind of squeezes in there, gets about 5 yards on the carry. That's a nice little play there for the freshman. And it looks like number 50 again on the tackle, Keegan Davenport, the senior. He's having a heck of a night, heck of a game tonight.
Oh, man, you just love that at the end of your career to be able to look back and say, like, hey, that's what I had. So, again, if you watch this replay, Akil Bauman following his big guys up front, you see them blocking through. Tyson Grove following through that, blocking through the whistle, it looked like, which that's what those kind of offensive, defensive lineman guys, that's kind of how they play.
All right, here we go. Back in the jumbo, hands off to the freshman again. And Coach O is sticking to this. He's going to get 5, 6, 7 yards a pop, and it's just fun to watch. You know, Kill on the first down carry there, and I think part of this, it's nice to see this physical football still, but you know, I think there's part of it where we just don't want either of these guys, either of these kids getting injured the remaining of this ball game.
Yep. Just received a text from the great Mandy Lyon, so Ray Lyon's wife, and my coaching partner for track and field, about how well Talon is playing and how we would love to have Talon out for track and field. So Talon, when you watch this, come on out for track and field.
A little bit of a shameless plug there, but that's all right. I totally understand. And that's the other thing we want to encourage to anybody that's listening is winter sports are going to start here in a couple weeks, November 14th, coming off the Veterans Day weekend. Boys, girls basketball, wrestling, I believe gymnastics. I know that bowling actually starts on Monday. So please get cleared, get out. We want kids to be involved, be a part. That's how we build belonging here in VPS. And the more we can get out, the more we love, all right? It's just fun to see all our kids a part of something. So please encourage your student or to get out and become an athlete. We definitely want to see that. And there's going to be many opportunities in the spring as well.
Don't want to forget dance and also boys swimming in the winter. So if those are things that you're interested in, connect with your business office, connect with your athletic department, and understand that those are all things that, again, we want to support you. We want to be out at games. We want to be broadcasting and bringing your experience out to the world.
Yep. So we got third down here, and Coach O is definitely stuck with that heavy dose of jumbo offense. So let's see if he does it again. Just try to get that first down, keep the clock going, but still get some points on the board. We got Talons in the back. Looks like we're going to fake the handoff, roll out right. Clark trying to get up outside. Looks like he does. Gets to about the 20. Let's see if it's enough for the first. Depends on where the spot is.
Again, great job by Will Clark. Don't know if that was a called fake or he just decided to pull that, but great job of understanding that obviously Rivers trying to stop the run. So try to get outside of those ends and try to get up the field.
And it looks like Clark has enough for the first. So, good play call there by Coach O. He's heavy up the middle, and then Clark on the outside. So, here we are, about 6.5 left in the fourth quarter. Clark hands the ball off to Talon. Looks like that's going to be a loss there, tackled by number 34 for the Rapids. That is Lucas Odepal. So, nice little tackle for him there for loss.
Yeah, for sure. As we get towards the end of this, again, obviously we've shouted out the players and we've shouted out the different people, but the coaching staffs and what the coaches and their families and all go through from, again, you are starting in a few weeks for some of these programs. Once the season ends, you are starting and going and you are nonstop. And what these coaches do is far beyond. And Will Clark gets to the outside. There we go.
Look at Clark gets to the outside, gets the first. That's a beautiful way to turn nothing into something there.
Okay, but going back to what they do is well beyond football, well beyond coaching football. You've got coaches that are mentoring student athletes, and you've got different programs that are just opening up different possibilities for these student athletes. And we shout out all coaches in VPS and also throughout the GSHL, throughout the county. It's just that without them, none of this happens. As you see, Will Clark fakes the handoff, makes a little move, gets a little block.
By number 59 there.
Logan Fry, I believe, made that block. Again, good little run. Hudson's Bay now threatening first and goal.
They're on the doorsteps here with about 5 minutes left. We'd love to see them punch one in. That'd make the Eagles feel good here and just, see all that effort was for nothing. Oh, don't know if that's going to be false start on the offense or encroachment on the defense. We'll have to see here what they're going to go with the false start here on the offensive guard there. But so now we're looking at first down. We're going to be outside, probably about the 14-yard line. Let's see if that play changes or that decision that Coach O wants to go with is going to change his mind. Hey, let's give some shout-outs to the camera crew around here, right? These are young students that are members of the Vancouver Public Schools from many different schools. I know tonight on the broadcast we have Fort, Skyview, and River helping out, and that's just amazing. They're giving up their time to learn about something that they love and be involved with it. Oh, and we do have a Bay kid as well. So again, all the VPS schools are represented, and it's just amazing to see, and this is awesome. And as much as we get to hear, talk, and live our dream, it's all because of these kids here out there filming for us.
Oh, for sure.
All right, they go to that dose of that heavy jumbo set up the middle to the freshman Akil Bauman. He gets a good chunk of that false start back. So now we're going to look at, I believe it's second down, and we're at the 7-yard line. So let's see what we do here. We got about 3.5 on the clock. We'd love to see the Eagles punch one in and just put some, just give the kids a little morale booster.
Oh, man, give the homecoming crowd tonight something to cheer for. There's a great crowd tonight. Again, these two schools are 3 exits away on I-5, so I mean there's a lot of familiarity, a lot of rivalry that we want to keep going. And so again, thank you for your support. Make sure that you are going and supporting your local high school. Go to a game, go support some of the teams, and get to know some of these kids, because there's some amazing kids out here.
Yeah, and they're definitely trying to figure it out and keep moving on. All right, so we've got third down play here. We've got Tyson and Talon at fullback, Akil at running back. They hand off to the freshman. It looks like he punched that and went in for the touchdown on the left side. That was what we want to see there.
That's awesome for the Hudson's Bay. Again, this is homecoming night. It is senior night. Maybe not the night that they had expected going into it with some playoff implications, but staying true to what Coach O said at the beginning of the game, we're going to work that left side of the offensive line, and we're going to ride that in. And if you are a Hudson's Bay Eagle fan, you are feeling good right now for the future of Will Clark at quarterback, Akil Bauman potentially running the ball, and your left side of your offensive line all coming back next year. So, again, I mean, obviously today not necessarily what you're looking for, but this has been a great glimpse into the future.
And Hudson's Bay Eagles go for 2. They go the same play right back at it to Akil Bauman up the left side. He punched that in on the 2-point conversion. So, again, we talked about the youth movement for both schools, and again, it's just going to be awesome to see what Bay brings back. And also, we didn't have Akil's older brother, Raphael Bauman, out tonight. He's dealing with an ankle injury, Achilles, so it'll be nice to have him come back for his senior year.
Watching this end zone angle, you see the big guys kind of lead the way, and Akil just follows his guys into the end zone. Again, you see the Bay coaches right here coaching them up. There is no quit in this team. There are a lot of young guys that they're trying to mold and kind of build through.
All right, we're going to take this time. We have one more broadcast coming your way this fall season. On Tuesday, November 1st, we'll see these same 2 teams, but in volleyball. The game starts at 7 p.m. on Comcast Channel 328, as well as the VPS YouTube page. Columbia River is the defending state champs and is currently the #1 in the polls, so Hudson's Bay will be looking for the upset. Make sure you tune in. Yeah, so that's going to be an exciting game. I believe that game is at Bay. Also, we want to highlight, too, that we've got some soccer action tomorrow. We want to, we've got Skyview girls. They have a 1 o'clock game versus Bellarmine Prep, and that's at Skyview. And then I know that the Columbia River girls soccer team plays tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and I'm assuming that's at Columbia River, and they're taking on Washougal in that district kind of crossover game. I believe that River got the 1 seed and Washougal snuck in as the 5 seed in that kind of pigtail. So that's where that's at. So again, I know it's wet, but we'd love your support to come out. Sports and girls soccer, Skyview 1 o'clock, Columbia River 6 o'clock. I know that they would love that extra support as they're in playoff soccer now. All right, Joey Roper to perform the kickoff. Kicks it off to the right side. And it looks like it bounced out of bounds, so Columbia River is going to take the ball over at their own 35.
Yeah, try to place it back in the left-handed corner of the Columbia River Chieftain, or Columbia River Rapids. So, as we kind of wind down to this, I know that we have had a wonderful time out here. I know that it's just awesome to support these young athletes and just do that and just support both these schools as they're working extremely hard to get that done. I do want to give a shout out before the night is over to my wife and kids at home. So Kit, Ryan, Cruz, and Tate. I know the baby's probably sleeping, but they're all hopefully have stuck with us this long to get to this point.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. You gave the shout out to the family. I'm gonna have to do my shameless plug as well. Shout out to my wife Christina and my kids Lincoln and Kennedy. I know that they were. I'm super excited that I got to walk out the door and I've been talking about this for a few weeks with how Daddy was going to go call a football game, and it's the most exciting thing he's done in a while. So I'm happy that VPS let us do this, and we can't give them a big enough thank you to let us come out and call this game.
Adam Watts on that carry.
Looked like tackle on for Hudson's Bay was by number 64, Taysiai Teela.
It looks like there's a Hudson's Bay player down, which as you finish up this game, you want to just try and keep everybody healthy.
Yeah, that's the last thing I want to see is injuries. You know, we had the injury back in the second quarter. We haven't received any updates on that player. We hope everything is with him. Our prayers are with him. And then it looks like number 22, Talon Leon Guerrero, is down. So, you know, why they tend to, is actually getting up. So that's definitely a good sign. You know, hopefully it's just a cramp or something. We'll see. He's kind of limping off, but it's just glad to see him up, and that's good. We've got about two and a half minutes here. You know, again, we want to just finish this game injury-free and let River kind of enjoy their victory as they spoiled some playoff implications for Hudson's Bay, and then, you know, Bay's got their big dance tomorrow, so the kids will be excited for that. And you know, things have definitely changed, Sid. I remember when you and I were back in high school, these kind of sat with us. You know, kids these days, it's, you know, 20, 30 minutes and it's on to the next thing. So that's kind of nice for them. I know for me, it's sat for a while.
Well, for sure, and there are a lot of multi-sport athletes out here that, I mean, we've got winter sports coming up, like we said, and you get another opportunity to compete against your friends.
All right, Adam Watts on the QB keeper down the left side. He was looking for room. He still ends up getting about 7 out of that play, and he was just trying to find the hole, couldn't quite find it. You see it here as he's going out to his left. He's looking. He's got plenty of blockers, but he just couldn't find the hole. Bay did a good job of collapsing down on that and forcing him to the sideline.
Max Van Humison looked like along with Luis Perez on the outside. Luis Perez, another senior, another 4-year kid for Hudson's Bay that has just done a good job of being a part of the program and just, you know, earning his starts now his senior year, and he's out there competing.
All right. Looks like Rivers in the pistol again. Just kind of letting the play clock wind down. Just it's pretty typical here these last few minutes of just winding it down, hiking the ball, the last 3 to 5 seconds on the play clock, and just, you know, trying to make sure we get through this. All right, hands off to number 9, Julian Morales, who gets the first down on that third down play. So if I had to guess, we'll probably see the victory formation now for Columbia River as we got less than a minute.
And again, congratulations to Coach Smedley, his staff. It's always tough. You come into that Week 9 game, you don't know, again, what your team is going to be if you don't have a ton to play for postseason-wise. But for them, a lot of the pride and the rivalry, they are able to compete, and they were able to put it all on the field. So.
Yeah, you see Watts here in the victory formation, and I was going to let this wind down about 2 more seconds. They'll hike it. He's going to take the knee, and that's going to be the ball game, folks. The final here at Kiggins Field is going to be the Columbia River Rapids 44 and the Hudson's Bay Eagles 8.
And again, a lot of handshakes. There's a lot of familiarity, not only between the players but between the staffs. I know. Again, there's just a lot of closeness between the proximity of the schools, where they go to middle school, And it's just one of those things that we hope moving forward that this is one of those games that, again, we look forward to at the end of the season as Columbia River and Hudson's Bay are battling for playoff spots and league titles moving forward.
Yeah, no, and like you said, a lot of these kids went to middle school together. Yes, Disco feeds in the Bay, but Jason Lee also feeds into both Hudson's Bay and Columbia River, depending on, what side of the 78th you're on. So a lot of these kids know each other, play Pop Warner, CCYF, middle school sports. So, again, this was fun for them to go out and compete against each other and little bragging rights for a while. But again, it was just fun to see. And, our prayers are again with number 4, Nietzsche Labossiere. We haven't got quite an update yet.
All right, looking at some second half highlights. Again, a lot of big plays from number 4 himself, Adam Watts. As this one, he takes it by himself, runs through a couple of Bay defenders, and then outruns everybody for a touchdown. He did it all tonight. And then we have Akil Bauman punching it in for Hudson's Bay. They work their way down the field. You follow Tyson Grove and Talon Leon Guerrero, and you usually find your way to some positive yards. So as we've spoken to before, you know what? This is a peek into the future for Hudson's Bay, and this is a nod to the hard work that this senior class of Columbia River. We think back to what Coach Smedley said. They're 14 points away from potentially playing on this season and hosting playoff games and all of that.
So, as we wrap up this broadcast, one of the things, again, we want to thank everybody that came out, allowing us to be a part of this, the amazing camera crew, security guards, admin, athletes, coaches. We want to give everybody a big thank you, and we were happy that Sid and I got to broadcast this last football game, and we want a huge thank you to Nick and his crew for being so generous to us. And that's going to be your final here at Kiggins Bowl, Columbia River Rapids 44, the Hudson's Bay Eagles 8.
Have a good night.